Yo, let me see. Are we back? Let me see. Because I was banning him, and then the stuff is like he got banned for. He's like, it's this old man. Why you trying to stress people? Yes, Maggie. Hold on. Are we live? Let's see if the aunties. Bunch of weirdos. Hang on, Maggie. Maggie. You're so cute. Okay, you guys are here. Hey, Lazy, sorry. Hey, I blocked them, and then something happened to my comment. Yeah, I had to read him and block him. Say hi, Auntie Lacey. What's up? Say what's up. What's up, ladies? What's up, ladies? What's up, ladies? This boy, he has too much energy for me. He has just way too much energy for me. Mwah. 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 Say hi, everybody. What's up? What's up? Okay, I was just checking because I had to block that fool. A 56-year-old like this little worried about his relationship with his daughter. He's out here wasting my time. They were so damn crazy. Oh, we're gonna report your channel. Report whatever you want to report. They're so crazy. And I'm like, shut up. Let me not even say everything. I'm like, they're so damn silly. You see? And this is how you know. Who blocked you? No, you're not blocked, Rocket. You're here. I blocked him. Yeah, you're here, Rocket. Like when I try to block him and then something happens. So I was like, I just got rid of him. Go somewhere. They're so weird. They're so bizarre. You see this? And you see this is the hypocrisy. These are people that, oh, free speech. Let's have free speech. The free speech. Oh yeah, because I blocked them and then something happened. I blocked them and then something happened. Oh, he did? What is he saying? They love to be foolish so badly. What is he saying? But you know him, because he is signed to thing, he's gonna be so damn. Let's look. Let's look at this. So he's gonna encourage people to go do violence against that lady. He needs to be very careful. Like the same way Tasha K got sued, he needs to be very careful.
And they are every race, creed, color, gender. But they can see someone that looks like them on the bench. I think that is so beneficial.
No, but the thing is, like, no, see, like me, I try to, because that's why I try not to block people. But I think now moving forward, any white person who comes in there with racism, they get blocked. Because they're like, I don't even know what I'm like, because I feel like I try to be open-minded, like let people express themselves, let people share their thoughts, because I don't like it when you speak, people just block you. I don't like that. But I've come to realize that, once again, even that just being too nice, because white people don't extend that to you, right? You let him speak his mind, and because he can't come back fast enough, because I don't know, he's 50, 60, I don't know. So I'm gonna go strike your channel because I just can't keep up. I can't keep up with you intellectually. So let me go strike your channel. So now I'm gonna do the same thing. You write something crazy, I'm blocking you. That's it. Like you can't be civil. Like you cannot. You just can't. You just can't. Like I said, you just can't do that. I don't even know what happened with Gary's job. Gary can go somewhere. Who cares? He was. My thing is, being a subscriber. Hold on, Bill. Being a subscriber to me, it's like a revolving door. You come, you leave. You come, you leave. Right? Yeah. You come, you leave. Who cares? Who cares? But then, like, this is what they do. They're not capable. White people are not capable of respecting the rules. They want free speech, free speech, right? Until it's like free speech now becomes an inconvenience to them. And that's both of them. Whether it's white liberals, whether it's white conservative, they're both hypocrites. They're all hypocrites because they're all the same, right? White liberal wants free speech until free speech no longer is convenient. The white conservative wants free speech until free speech also is no longer convenient, right? They want the right to bear arms until it's no longer convenient. Like, who can keep up with these people? Seriously, they're such hypocrites. They are such hypocrites. If you don't like something, you can just leave. Oh, no, we got to go strike her channel. We have to make sure she loses her channel because I don't like what she said. They're all the same. And I know, because like, even like during the election, like during the campaign, I was really thinking about like making like political content. And I'm glad I did not, because what kind of people would I have attracted? Yeah, exactly. Like, what kind of people would I have attracted? So I am truly glad that I did not do that whole political content. I am seriously glad, because I cannot live like this. I never want anybody to be, oh yeah, let's go watch Marlene because she hates Black people. Like, what? That is just weird. They take pleasure in watching Jordan Peterson. They take pleasure in watching a lot of people who are white and who only say good things about white people. But when you're Black, for them to support you, you always have to say Black people bad, Black people wrong, Black people violent, Black people this. It's like, okay, that's a little too much. Okay, you guys never do anything wrong. Like, you're never in the wrong. No, they're always so perfect. And when they don't hear things like that, oh, white people are amazing. White people are generous. White people don't see color. White people, oh, I need to go strike her channel. My 5 Black friends. You're in your 50s and all you have is 5 Black friends. Oh, I'm 60 years old and I only have 5 Black friends. You're like, so every 12 years you make 1 Black friend on average? That is so embarrassing. Oh, I have 5 Black friends. I have 5 Black friends. What the freak? What the freak? Anyways, let's watch the video. Let me see. What's the video about?
An official, because it's representation. And when they look at me, young kids, law students, whoever it is, I want them to say, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Man, if a white kid went up on the Black tent and they told him to leave and the white boy stabbed and killed a Black kid, God is my witness, nobody would be supporting that white kid. But only colored people of the melanin will support a person who committed a crime and killed another person. Prices have been high for the last few years, and they're still high. And sadly, on amount from $1 million to $250,000. Let me say this: some of y'all gonna be mad at me, but I just gotta be honest. I'm just giving you my honest take. I thought $1 million was pretty high to start with. Now, as a family of your
okay, so then why you see this? You see? He said, "Oh, I thought $1 million was too high to start with." Why? Jason went to the academy. That's why I said he picks and chooses when he wants to have recollection of the law. He picks and chooses. Even Jason knows it's self-defense. But because he's signed to Charlie Kirk, because he has this huge white racist audience, right? And because he's maybe married to the white woman and he might have to sleep on the floor, right? Jason knows. Jason knows. I don't even know why he's doing this. And he calls himself a Christian. He, like, when you're in the police, Maverick, when you're in the police force, you take, like, you study the law, like you study the Constitution. He knows the 8th Amendment. He knows the purpose of bail. Okay? He knows the purpose of bail. Like, he's not slow. He just acts slow. Exactly, like sleep in the shed or something like that. That is just insanity. That really is insanity. So he knows. And you remember, like, the Black lawyer said yesterday, he was like, in the entire history. What is it? Remember how he said, like, in the entire history of, like, I guess, like, even like Colin County, they've never had a bail higher than $300,000. So I said, okay, so if you never had a bail higher than $300,000, what about Carmelo's case just warrants $1 million bail? Oh, y'all, let me show y'all this. Maverick, you have too much energy for me.
Many consider the current $1 million bond to be very high. From your perspective, compared to other cases, is it?
Yes, it appears to be really high in this case. I've been involved with the case involving Botham Jean, Jordan Edwards, and you've seen in these cases where the highest bond amount was $300,000. So when you see something like $1 million, it makes you wonder why it was really that high. I mean, some of the things that you really look at when you consider in the bail amount is you look at that person's criminal history, whether that person's been involved in any type of prior crimes, whether this person is a danger to the community. They also look at the family involvements. So when you look at those elements, you sort of wonder why it was set at $1 million, because here in Texas and throughout this country, you have a presumption of innocence. So when you have a bail amount that comes out so high, it gives the community sort of the thought that perhaps there's some evidence out there that suggests that this person is guilty.
Given that high bond amount, according to some observers, do you expect the judge to lower it today?
I would not be surprised if that happens. I've seen it happen in a lot of cases. And one of the things that they're really going to have to argue for this bail reduction is that this person is not a flight risk. Because basically with the bail, it's a guarantee that this person is going to appear at trial. Mm-hmm. And clearly from what I've seen thus far is that this individual has strong community ties. He's not a flight risk. He's been cooperative with law enforcement. So I really would not be surprised if this bail is reduced.
Now, we know that Carmelo Anthony got a new attorney over the weekend, Chris.
So you see, it's excessive. But in their entire history, they've never had bail this high. So why would he have bail this high? So even he knows it's excessive. $1 million for what?
My honest take. I thought $1 million was pretty high to start with.
Exactly.
Now, as a family of your child that's been murdered, $1 million ain't enough. But when it comes to the way they prosecute certain crimes, $1 million was pretty high for a person that doesn't seem to have the propensity for violence outside of a one-to-one engagement.
Oh, so now you know he doesn't have. You see, Brandon is doing this for money. I need to pray for this man. He's doing it for money. So now he's saying, oh, a person who doesn't have propensity for violence. I mean, this is wild. It's because he's taking Charlie Kirk's money. And he built, and that's the thing. And I feel like, and the problem is, this is why sometimes you got to be brave. If you know that you have built a channel that is incredibly toxic, right? Yeah. So now you know he doesn't have a propensity for violence. He's doing all this because he signed to Turning Point in USA. He makes money with Charlie. And then I guess like now because of his YouTube, his lifestyle is really expensive and stuff like that. So who even knows if he knows how to manage his money? But I was like, Brandon, why are you doing this? I said this from the beginning. Why are you doing this? As a police officer, why are you doing this? But he built such a toxic platform. And I think also having 4 million followers, it's hard to say, hey, I'm going to start over. He's afraid. But I'm like, that's not a way to live. Like the whole point of YouTube, like the entire point of being a YouTuber is to be able to express yourself. It's not to go from, okay, I quit my 9 to 5 so I can come on social media and be another kind of slave. You start a YouTube channel to enjoy life, like to speak your mind, to find people who agree with you, not to find a way to put a noose around your neck. If you realize that you built an audience that is toxic, you can start over. You might even have a better channel. And maybe, hold on, Maverick. And even if you have a smaller channel, you might even like it better. Yeah. Start a new channel. You can always reinvent yourself. Yeah, it did. It started as Slave Patrol. Yeah, it did. You can always reinvent yourself. But I'm like, he knew it was excessive. He knows. He was a police officer. He arrested people. He wrote paperwork. He saw bail. He saw it all. He studied this at the academy. Instead of coming on this platform and teaching these people, okay, like, this ain't realistic because that's just crazy. They overreacted. Even the first degree murder charge, he knows it's excessive. Yeah, he has bottom and top ones. Have it show you onto your teeth. No, he doesn't want to. Look. Okay, well, okay. We get it. Okay, you get it. You don't want to show you? Okay, that's okay. See Auntie Lacey? You see it? Okay, I think you see it there. You see it? Auntie Lacey wants to see. Let her see it. Okay. He knows the bail is excessive. He also he knows the first degree murder charge is over the top. He knows. But for the love of money, Brandon's gonna be out here pandering like this. It's sad. I'm like, to me, the whole point of being a YouTuber is to be an independent voice. It's not to quit your 9 to 5 to come over here and sign up for a new form of slavery. Okay? That's not what YouTube should be about.
which means if this person was doing a drive-by shooting at a gang initiation thing, or he was doing, when it comes to the way they prosecute certain crimes, $1 million was pretty high for a person that doesn't seem to have the propensity for violence outside of a one-to-one engagement. Which means if this person was doing a drive-by shooting at a gang initiation thing, or he was doing something where he was attacking innocent people, he could be a danger to the public outside of this incident. So you will have his bond amount be an extremely high bond amount. But I think what happened is they defaulted to a bond amount without evaluating the circumstances, situations. When they evaluated the reduction.
You see this? You see him? Jason, Brandon, this is sad. You see what he said? He said they just Maverick, hold on.
When they evaluated the reduction of the bond, something where he was attacking innocent people, he could be a danger to the public outside of this incident. So you will have his bond amount be an extremely high bond amount. But I think what happened is they defaulted to a.
You see, they defaulted. So it was a bond amount that was set. Yeah, it was a bond amount that was just set to be extremely punitive. It was political. It was oh, they're gonna hear that a black boy stabbed a white boy, so we gotta just make it as excessive as possible. Why? Because being a district attorney is a political position. They get elected, they get reelected. It was excessive. He knew it was excessive. There's no way you're a police officer. You read all the police report. You even look at the circumstance. But okay, like what is this? Has he ever done this before? Right, and he's from Texas too, so I'm sure he has friends on the force who looked up Carmelo's record, and so he had no record. Why are you doing this, Brandon? Like seriously, why are you doing this? This is just evil. This is really evil. I'm like, this is what it takes to build a white audience. And you see, this is why God says like you should never envy anybody. This is why you don't envy people, because you have no idea what they do to quote unquote be successful.
Bond amount without evaluating the circumstances, situations. When they evaluated, the reduction of the bond amount seems to be reasonable, but to $250,000, I don't know if that's reasonable. But the reduction from $1 million seems to be inevitable and reasonable based on the crime that was committed. If it was more heinous, which means that he shot somebody to death and stood over him, had no remorse, he tried to hide, he was fleeing the scene, they had to go on a manhunt for him, he didn't admit to it, he's now saying, you know, like,
Brandon, this is sad. This is sad. Even when Brandon is the one who told me it was raining. He was like, oh, it was raining. That's why he was sitting there. And I'm like, what the heck? It was raining, Brandon. But this is what happens when you become a slave to your AdSense. It's like, that's me, you know. When I was living in New Orleans and I went through what I went through, I made a promise to myself never to want for anything. Maybe a little bit of hair care, but like seriously, I made a promise to myself never, ever to want for anything. Because when you live in a predominantly white society that's obsessed with money, they will always make you feel like you need more. A new car, a new house, a new this, a new. So you're always chasing money. You understand? No, you have to fight for your soul. You got to fight to be someone who has integrity. And if it costs you things, it is what it is. If you never get rich because of it, it is what it is. If you can never vacation nice places, it is what it is. But one thing you have to be able to give to your children and pass down to your children is your integrity. Brandon, I keep on calling him Jason. He knew from the jump the bail was excessive. And instead of telling these white people, hey, this is probably going to change. It's a little too much. In my years as a police officer, I never even seen bail at $1 million unless it was a drive-by shooting and you out here doing all of this, right? He could have broken down for the people. But no, he played into it. And maybe he's starting to feel guilty too because he's seeing how dangerous it's getting. He's seeing how dangerous it's getting. They're really violent. White people are seriously violent. They are seriously violent. And now that's why you should have taken your time to get to know more about Carmelo. Now he's like, oh, for someone who doesn't have a propensity for violence, it had never happened before. This is the first time. He's never done this before. So why were you in such a rush to indict this boy? When people started raising for money for Carmelo, he's like, why are they giving him money? Why are black people giving him money? He don't deserve the money. Oh, black people, why they gave him the money? And now you think he never did this before? That's not his person to do this? I'm like, this is wild. Is that what you people have to do? Like, I'm serious. Yeah, he just can't say they railroad Carmelo because his audience will attack him. Exactly. This is crazy. You cannot quit your 9 to 5 to gain some kind of autonomy and start a business, and now find a way to enslave yourself all over again by having to cater to this racist audience. This is insanity. This is really, really insanity. You have to speak the truth. Like, that's why ABL, God's going to bless ABL. Because he was like, this is crazy. It's self-defense. The boy said, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. ABL even said there's no assigned seating. Like, what's all this energy at 9 o'clock in the morning? That you're so afraid because, God forbid, Charlie Kirk cancels your contract. This Charlie Kirk, he's younger than y'all. And he got y'all so scared like this. Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk. You can't make your own way. You need a racist white boy to give you money. You don't know how to take care of yourself. This is crazy. If you had never met Charlie Kirk in your life, how would you have taken care of yourself? Unbelievable. Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk. God, Brandon, God, Jesus. Let the Lord be your source. Let the Lord be your provider. It's very shameful to do this. Because look, not everybody's life is at risk. Because y'all just played into this. You played into this. You said, oh, see, black people only support him because he's black. You fueled a very racial narrative. And now people's lives are at risk. Like calm down. But especially for a police officer, you should know. Like, even when the police officers they write the police report, that's just a start. There's still way more work to do. Instead of using, and you call your channel Officer Tatum, instead of bringing your years of experience as a police officer and how long it takes to really go through the crime scene, the reports, the this, and that. No, you have to have some goofy ass person with no police experience. And you fuel this disgusting narrative that this black boy is such a criminal who sat there to hurt white children, and he was so heinous because he was asked to move, open his book bag, grabs a damn butcher knife, and just runs like into Austin's chest. Are you okay? Are you seriously okay? Or you think because your kids are biracial and they might be lighter, they will never get profiled? What about their hair texture? What about their noses? There are plenty of biracial kids with nappy hair, you know. There are plenty of biracial kids with big noses. All right? So just because your kids are biracial does not mean they're going to have Negro phenotype. And they could also get profiled. This is ridiculous. This is so irresponsible. Hold on, Maverick. Hold on.
All of that will cause your bond amount to be crazy high because you show no remorse, and you could be a danger to be let out in the public. But since this is a mutual combative situation, not mutual in the use of force, but mutually combative situation, which is a one-off, there's no anticipation that he's going to flee. Like, all of those things that are contributing factors. But let me just tell you this. The only reason why, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about this, and I believe because it's racism on display from the black community. I'm just saying, is there white people that are racistly, biasly supporting Metcalf? Yes. But the majority of the conflict and the racial dynamic is on the side of the melanated people. Why do you say that?
So it's black people who dox the judge. It is black people who dox the judge. It is black people who dox the judge. It is black people who are attacking the black Carmelo family. It is black people. Everything is on black people. This is sad. This is really sad. This is sad. If this is what it takes to be successful on YouTube, nah. This is disgusting. This is really disgusting.
Because this was not a mutually combative situation. This was a kid bringing a knife to an event and stabbing another kid in the heart in a disproportionate use of force.
This is so lazy. Yeah, you see, and like, even him, even officer, even Brandon too, he needs to be sued. This is crazy, irresponsible. Like this, like what Cardi B did to Tasha K. A lot of people need to start doing this to these YouTubers, especially if they have big channels. Like if somebody has like 4 million subscribers and things like that, and they're saying reckless narratives, they have to be sued. People have to be held accountable. People truly, truly have to be held accountable. Because see, if you hear it like this, right? If you hear the way he's saying it, it really sounds like Carmelo came to the track meet with a butcher knife in his book bag, just looking for which white boy to stab in the heart. Unbelievable. And then black people are just sitting here supporting a black boy who went to a track meet with a whole cleaver, a meat cleaver, okay, in his book bag, like Jason or Jason Kruger or whatever it is, right? To Freddie and Jason, like just look, oh, which white boy am I going to kill? Eeny, meeny, 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 meeny. You know what I'm saying? This is so irresponsible. It is so irresponsible. I'm not changing shit. I'm not changing shit. I don't give a fuck what you want. I'm not changing shit. Ain't gonna tell me what to do on my channel. You are out your damn mind. Are you crazy? I'm not changing shit. You got my nerves. You can be so annoying sometimes. Because every time you say your dumb stuff, I put up with that stuff. Delete your goofy ass comment. You got my nerves. Okay? I'm like, make it make sense. Like, seriously, make it make sense. Make it make sense. This is insanity. If y'all need life advice, just go pay for a life coach. Like, what the heck?
The kid had tried to throw the knife and run. He admitted that he did it. There was no instance whatsoever of a self-defense claim. You can make the claim.
You are so damn stupid. What about the part where he said, don't touch me? So this part right here, touch me, see what happens. Like this part is not him giving a warning. Man, this is sad.
But I don't know if a grand jury or if a jury will give instructions that are favorable to a self-defense claim. I don't think the self-defense claim is relevant whatsoever. And a lot of black people know it's not. However,
a lot of black people. Who are these black people? You? You and your fellow conservative confreres? You and your fellow blacks at Turning Point USA? What's up, boo?
These white folks ain't finna do something against a black kid. Even a black kid wrong. They gonna raise money. They gonna show the white people that they gonna support this black kid no matter what. That's what it is. Black kids kill black kids every single day, stabbing them, shooting them, choking them, pushing them out.
And white kids don't kill, and the white kids don't kill other white kids. Damn, this is wow. Like Officer Tatum, like Mavi, hold on. Mavi. Okay. You okay? All right. Okay. He loves the baby. Okay. And white kids don't kill other white kids. This is something that is unique only to black people. And it's funny how he only showed the one GoFundMe for Austin. Like he don't have two GoFundMes. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. This is really sad. This is truly sad.
Stuff they doing it every day of the week, and not one GoFundMe is afoot. Nobody's talking about it. There's no t-shirts. Nobody's talking about it in the media. It's when a black kid kills a white kid and he deserved to go to prison, but black people don't want that because he killed a white kid, which shows you, in my opinion, that deep down inside, a lot of your black friends hate you, and it's only gonna come up to the surface when one of these instances happen. If it's a black and a white thing, you're gonna know if your black friends really like you.
What Don told you, what is true? What exactly is true? Because it seems like you've been itching to get cussed out. What exactly is true? What is true? What is true? So white kids don't kill other white kids? White kids don't kill other white kids? So throughout the day, there's no white homicide. There's no white kids selling drugs to other white kids that causes overdose, right? Of course you can't remember. A bunch of fools. Don't play with me. I will block you. I will block you. Play with me. You're gonna be blocked for like a good old 3 months, and then if I feel like it, I might unblock you. Play with me. But you don't know when to stop playing.
Like you or not. And I think it could be vice versa too. But I think it's more on the black side than the white side, from my personal experience. All right, let's roll this clip.
Within the past hour, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony has been released from the Collin County Jail after posting bond. A judge reduced his bond this morning from $1 million to $250,000. He's facing a murder charge after police say he stabbed another teenager, Austin Metcalf, while at a track meet at a Frisco high school. Stephen Dial is in McKinney with more. Stephen.
Carmelo Anthony left the Collin County Jail in a suit, but had nothing to say to the reporters before he got into that vehicle. The district court judge says that she looked at all the factors in this case, him not having a criminal history, and that led to her making her decision to reduce his bond. 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony was silent after bonding out of the Collin County Jail and being placed on house arrest.
How is this self-defense?
2 days after the family of Austin Metcalf buried their son, they were at the Collin County Courthouse for a bond reduction hearing Monday. Carmelo Anthony is accused of stabbing and killing Metcalf at a Frisco track meet earlier this month. The case has quickly become national news, drawing a lot of attention, resulting in threats and increased security at the courthouse.
Threats and, talk of race war and all kinds of insanity isn't good for, obviously, the Anthony family. It's not good for the Metcalf family.
Cameras were not allowed inside the courtroom, but we did capture the Anthony family arriving. His father, Andrew, testified in.
You see the baby, how he look good? Look at him. He look really good. He just really nice. I like the fit.
Insanity isn't good for, obviously, the Anthony family. It's not good for the Metcalf family.
Cameras were not allowed inside the courtroom, but we did capture the Anthony family arriving. His father, Andrew, testified in the hearing. District Court Judge Angela Tucker said that she's never gotten this volume of calls and had to have this level of security in the courtroom in her 13 years on the bench. Court documents say Anthony stabbed Metcalf during a fight. When an officer arrived, court documents say Anthony told the officer, "I was protecting myself." Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis spoke after the hearing.
The judge has made the call, and so what's important is what's next, and it's our job to be level-headed, to be fact-based, and to follow the truth wherever it leads.
Anthony's father testified he's taking a leave from work because of the incident, and his wife is a stay-at-home mother with 3 other children. During the hearing, the prosecution brought up the fact that more than $400,000 have been raised for the Anthony family, saying a reduction is not needed because they have the funds. A big question in this case will be, why did Anthony bring a weapon to a high school stadium? It's a question that was asked of his attorney.
That's an understandable question, but it's not something that, frankly, we're prepared to even go into.
Because there's
now,
no
in
answer
the opening statement to the media from that interview that you just heard, he led with talking about self-defense. Again, the court documents mention self-defense. We'll have to wait and see how that defense will be made in court when things pan out. Now, according to the judge, the terms of the bond are house arrest and ankle monitor. She told him to stay off social media, and he has to personally call her bailiff every Friday morning, not his parents, but him. And there's a list of other things that is set. And if he violates that, he'll return to the Collin County Jail.
All right, Stephen Dial, live for us. Thank you, Stephen.
Now, let me explain something to you guys. I know many of you know this, but sometimes we have to be reminded. A person is presumed innocent until proven guilty. So I know it's...
You see him? He needs to be sued. I wish I had the funds to do it. I will file a lawsuit against him because this right here is incendiary. And you are encouraging people to want to harm this family. Because all the white people who watch you and stuff like that, they're going to believe what you're saying, which is this. Because like the way he said it, you guys, the way he's saying it, if you didn't know any better, even you will be scared of Carmelo. The way he said it, if you didn't know any better, even you yourself, you will be scared of Carmelo. A kid who comes to he comes to school with a knife and he's sitting under these tents looking for which white boy to stab in the heart. What the freak? But like they say, if it's too good to be real, it probably is. But the problem with white people is they consume so much content. White people they're not so shit. These people are so used to a natural environment. I think it's natural. They consume too many movies. They think real life is like a movie. Like, what are the odds of a kid coming to school with a cleaver or a butcher knife, going from tent to tent, trying to stab white people? If that's the case, he would have stabbed multiple white people. If he really went that day, if he went to school that day to kill white children and to stab them in the heart, he would have done that to many people. Why just do it to one person? If your goal that day is to kill white people just because they're white and attract me, why would he stop at one white person? That makes no damn sense. And why would he even cry? If what he meant to do was to kill white people, stab white children and white teenagers in the heart, right? Why would he even cry? Why cry? Why are you crying? Why are you asking if he's okay? If your goal is to go out there and to stab as many white children as possible in the hearts, why is he there? And I think even why even do a knife? How far can you go with a knife? Why don't you go buy a gun and do it as fast as possible? It makes no damn sense. but because they are so desperately wicked and they need to believe the worst about black people and black boys. Oh, yeah. He came there that day with a knife to stab white people in the heart. That's why he was sitting under their tent, because he was looking for trouble. You know, the culture, the bad music, the culture ain't got no daddies. The culture's on welfare. Like, what the freak is this? What the freak is this? And then they want to distract people to talk about the stabbing instead of saying, how did we even get here? Before the stabbing, something happened before that. Oh, no. Carmelo woke up that day and he said, I'm going to attract me. It's going to be a bunch of white people there. I'm going to go stab these white folks. Yeah, drill music, Chief Keef, Lil Durk. Like, this is insanity. And the problem also is because white people think they matter so much to black people. They really think we go to sleep thinking about them. We wake up thinking about, like, our entire day is around white people. They think we like, they're such main characters. Like, we live and breathe just thinking about white people. Where can I meet white people? Where can I find white people? Where can I also hurt white people? Nobody thinks about y'all like this. And maybe I think that's what they want. Do the blacks think about us? Do the black think about us? Are the blacks thinking about us? This makes no sense. It truly makes no sense. Like, seriously. But I'm like, what you're doing here, Brandon, what you're doing is so reckless. It is so irresponsible. It is so, and you have children too. I don't know why people don't understand. And he has all these Bible verses tatted on his body. A clown, a whole Pharisee. Even the Bible says not to put ink on your body. But anyways, what do I know? You tattoo the Bible on your body to virtue signal, but the word of God is not even in your heart. When you have, hey, Sonia, when you have children, you have to be careful casting judgment on other people's children. No, let me be the quick one. Oh, because they're racist. Black people hate white people. So do you also hate your wife? Like, this is so weird. This is so weird. Like, what are they even talking about? Say all kinds of foolishness. All kinds of foolishness. That doesn't even make no damn sense. So he signed up for a track meet just so he could go there to stab as many white people in the heart. But he only stabbed one person. He only stabbed one person and he started running and crying. Child, why he not committed? Okay, because if they, you know how these white boys are like mass shooters? They want to make Carmelo Anthony a mass stabber. Like, he woke up that day seeking to go and hurt as many white children as possible, and that's why he intentionally sat under their tent. Like, what the freak? You're not that important. You are truly not that relevant. And there is no time where even Hunter said he was harassing us, he was touching us, he was distracting us, he was touching our stuff. He said this kid was sitting there under our tent. But no, they can't even hear that. No, there was more to it. Tell us there was more to it. Tell us he came with the drill music. Tell us he came there to kill. Tell us he came there to be mean to white people. They want to be oppressed so bad. They're just like liberals. They want to be oppressed so bad. They want to be oppressed so badly. They want to be main characters so badly. Nobody cares. It is never that serious. They want to believe that black people want revenge. We want revenge for everything they've done to us. Child, please. We're not like y'all. Like 9/11, it happened in 2001. We are in 2025. You're still killing Arabs. The only people who are never satisfied, no matter how much blood is being spilled, is you people. You are never satisfied. A quarter of a century dedicated to killing millions of Arabs. Right? You're the one like that. We're not like y'all. Stop projecting onto people. Nobody cares. The boy was sitting there because it was raining. Austin, all he had to do was be friendly. The boy told him multiple times, don't touch me. Punch me, see what happens. Don't touch me. And he kept doing it. He's told, don't do it, he does it. Don't do it, he does it. Don't do it, he does it. And somehow that's not antagonistic. That's completely okay. Because when you're a black person, like the goofy Nigerian said, let white people talk to you any kind of way. Let white people put their hands on you any kind of way. That makes no damn sense out here. That truly makes no sense. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. He was just sitting there under our tent. So what's the problem? Why he can't sit here? That there's no assigned seats. You don't even own the freaking bleachers. That makes no damn sense. And you're sitting here telling your white audience, you know dang well they're racist. And you're just antagonizing the people, adding fuel to the fire. Oh, if blacks are racist, you know, blacks hate y'all. Blacks hate y'all. This is in your contract with Charlie Kirk. You signed your soul to the devil. Like, you really signed off your soul to the devil. Who is this damn Charlie Kirk? This is what he requires from you people in order to sign the Turning Point USA. Right? So I'm like, this whole conservative grift, Christian conservative, it truly has nothing to do, okay? It truly has nothing to do with being Christian, creating a better America, having a united America. No. They want racism. They want division. They want Ku Klux Klan rallies. They want summary execution. They want kangaroo courts. They want to be the judge, jury, enforcer, the whatever. This is insanity. I'm like, this to me is so irresponsible. And someone needs to sue you, because out of this foolishness, people are going to seriously get hurt. This is insanity. This is really disgusting. This is so...
Sounds weird, but this is the reason why people can actually bond out. Even though he admitted to it, technically he's innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, let me explain why. Because if there was an actual self-defense claim, then he could actually be innocent of committing the crime which he was charged for. Now, unless they completely lie and there's evidence that nobody else talk about, there's no way he's going to have a self-defense claim. And I'm explaining it again for anybody who missed it. In order to have a self-defense claim, you can't antagonize or instigate an incident. And
okay, so with your goofy ass, with your goofy fat ass, with your thick ass, with your big back, with your high calorie neck, with your thick neck, Brandon, how exactly did he instigate it? Like, you sound so damn stupid. You sound so damn, why is he so stupid like this? This is what these white girls find attractive. That's why I tell you, black girls, stop crying every time you see a black man go marry a white woman. Stop crying. Like, she did you a favor. Like, if you imagine want to be married to that, like, what kind of genetics you gonna pass on to your kids? You want your kids to be this damn dumb? Okay, stop crying every time you see a black man with a white girl. She did you a favor. She did you a favor. Listen to the brother again. Here is the brother. Oh my God.
If you don't mind, what happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at...
Wait, what did he say? He was sitting under our tent. Did he ever say he was touched? Did he ever say they were harassed? Did he ever say they were getting robbed? Did he ever say they were being chased with a butcher knife, with a cleaver around the track, around the stadium? Right? All he said was he was sitting under our tent. This is Hunter. He was there. Like, this is just this level of imbecility. This level of imbecility is actually absurd. This is absurd. This kind of racial baiting to increase your access is actually criminal. Brandon, you are irresponsible. People can really get hurt behind this. Why are you like this? Why are you like, I'm so triggered. Why are you doing this? Have you not made enough money on YouTube? Are you going broke? Why are you so depleted of integrity? Why are you so depleted of moral integrity? What is this foolishness? And you have the audacity to call yourself a Christian. You are going to be punished by God for this. Here is the brother himself. You were not even there. Hunter was there. Hunter said the kid was sitting under our tent. How can you know more than Hunter? How can you know more than him? He told the people exactly what happened. The brother is right here. He was there. It was him and his brother who went against Carmelo. He said he was sitting there. Did you hear this boy say, oh, he touched us. He touched our stuff. He was out here chasing us. He was out here chasing us with a meat cleaver. He was out here chasing us with a butcher. You never heard any of this. But you have a narrative to sell, because part of being signed to Turning Point USA is to always make black people look bad. And you guys are a bunch of grifters. You take advantage of white people who are very ignorant, who are not really familiar with black people. You increase their fears. You make them feel like, oh, blacks are coming after you. Blacks are going to find you at the track to stab you in the heart. Why are you doing this? You already know white people, they're already skittish. They get scared quickly. They're already paranoid. It's a hysterical people. Why are you increasing their hysteria? This is so disgusting. All of this to increase your AdSense money. All of this to make money. You are so disgusting. It's like whether it's black people, whether it's white people, you truly don't like anybody. Because if you actually like white people, if you really cared about white people, you would calm them down. Like, no, this is not what you think, right? But you don't like anybody. You don't like black people, and you don't even like white people. Because why would you want white people? Why would you want your white audience to believe that if they ever go to a track meet, there's black people waiting with butcher knives and cleavers to stab them in the heart? Like, what do you get out of this? Is this how you get your daily bread? Is this how you get your daily bread from white people? All of this to increase his watch time hours. All this to make his mortgage payment. You are playing with people's lives. You are even playing with national unity. What are you doing? Like, seriously, what the freak are you doing? This is so irresponsible. That this goofy ass dude about he wants to strike my channel. Strike which channel? Go strike his channel. He's intentionally creating hysteria on the internet. The brother is right here. He said the boys sat under our tent. That's it. That's that. They just didn't want him to sit there. To sit here and make it seem like, oh, the knife is the problem. The knife is not the problem. Nobody was being pursued with a knife. Nobody was out there brandishing a knife. The knife is in the book bag. Had these people been friendly, that knife never would have came outside. But they were giving multiple warnings. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. So eventually the knife came out. Want to focus about the knife, the knife, the knife. How do we even get to a place where a knife that's in a book bag is not in his hands? Nobody sees it. How do we get to a place where a knife that's in a book bag has to come out of the book bag? Make it make sense. This is so disgusting. Like, what do you get out of doing this? You can truly start a racial war behind this. People can really get hurt behind this. They're out here doxing the judge. They could go bomb her house. And you think it's funny because you want to prove your loyalty to Charlie Kirk. Are you okay? You are willing to have people be unalive because you need to prove your loyalty to Charlie Kirk? Like, y'all gonna play these games and get sued because if somebody dies from this, if somebody gets hurt from this, you're gonna be held liable. You're gonna be held liable. You don't even know anything about the case. And like, this is just crazy. The brother is right here. The brother said he was sitting under our tent. The brother even said, Austin grabbed this bag. So who's the instigator? Who's the aggressor? It is Austin. And I get it. He's dead. And some of y'all, for some reason, you have so much care for this white kid that you never met. You cared so much. He had all his reels on his page. You never check his highlights in football. But now you care so much. Sure, whatever. Whatever. It's unfortunate. It really is. But it doesn't take away the fact that because he's dead, he was not the aggressor. There are many aggressors who died. That's why you don't aggress people. That's why you don't aggress people. That's why you keep your hands to yourself. But the brother is right here. You weren't even there. Like, this is insanity. This is so insane. Unbelievable. Let him say it again.
Breaking to see someone that cares for you that much and does everything even by your side, no matter what, just pass away like that.
Your mom told me that you were there.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't mind, what happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid.
Sitting. He was sitting, not aggressing, not stealing, not listening to drill music, not brandishing a weapon. He said sitting. And you see he's looking down because he knows what they did. He knows what they did. And you as a police officer, instead of waiting, say, okay, calm down, let's wait until to go to court so we can have all the facts, because right now stipulating can get really dangerous. No, y'all don't want to see a good America. Y'all don't want to see an America united. You people do not want to see an America that moves forward. And this is why China is going to win, y'all. It's sad to say, America will never recover. This right here, it's over. America will the way this country is so racially divided, sexually divided, pronoun divided, race divided, religion divided. This is what is going to cause America to fall. It's not the trade deficit. It's not even the debt. It's not even the national debt. America will implode because today we have too many people who care about division than to speak the truth. And if you take an L, you take an L. You take a dub, you take a dub. People don't care about this nation. Even those who claim to be patriots don't even care about this nation. Because there's nothing more patriotic than to honor the Constitution, no matter who it is. Okay? But look how he's looking down. Look at his eyes. And you see this every time Hunter lies, he never looks straight in the camera because he does the same thing with his mama. He does the same thing in the interview with his mother. He is looking down. I need people who do body language to analyze this kid. Okay? Every time he lies, he looks down. Before I knew his name, now this kid was sitting under our tent. Nobody felt threatened. They just did not want him there. That's it. So then who starts all this? They started all of this. Like, what are you even talking about? Oh, for you to have self-defense, you can't be the aggressor. Oh, duh. We know this. That's why he said it was self-defense. It never occurred to you that the reason why he said it was self-defense because he knows he was not the aggressor? But because he outlived his aggressor, now he has to be punished. How dare you outlive your white bully? How dare you outlive your white aggressor? Like, stop acting like you've never seen white people or whatever, teenagers, go aggress other teenagers. This ain't nothing new. But because it's a white kid and you heard that he got stabbed in the heart, oh my God, he's a cherubim. Oh my gosh, he's made without flaws. Oh my gosh, immaculate conception. He's better than Jesus. You have to chill. The brother's right here. You were not even there. The brother was there. So what are you talking about, your little thick neck? Make it make sense. This is like the amount of self-hate you have to be to be a black conservative on YouTube is actually asinine. This is embarrassing.
It was sitting under our.
Say it again.
Your mom told me that you were there.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't mind, what happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, you need to move. And he's like, make me move. Austin grabbed his backpack.
Okay. So who's the first one to initiate contact? It's them. Who is the first one to put their hands on people? It's them. He was sitting there under the tent. He wasn't even talking to y'all until y'all chose to make a problem because he's black. That's it. You have an issue with a black boy sitting under your all-white tent. And they want to keep gaslighting people. Do not allow these racist white people to gaslight you. We will not be gaslit. Nobody was being attacked. Nobody was being disrespected. Nobody was playing drill music. That was the culture. He doesn't even have a single tattoo on his body. Always being so damn racist all the damn time. Okay? He didn't do nothing to nobody. They chose to have a problem with him. All they had to do was, oh, what's your name? What school you go to? Right? All they had to do was extend some kind of friendship. All they had to do was extend some kind of friendship. It really ain't that hard, you know. It truly, truly is not that hard. It's not that hard. But we already know. What did Maya Angelou say? Let her say it one more time.
Whites were called white folks. I mean, it was one word. They were white folks. And people who were not very cultured, who had no pretensions to the niceties of the world, called them po white trash. That was one word also. It seemed to me, we blacks, we Negroes, we colored folks were humans. And white folks were those others. They were other than. And as a child, I was certain that white folks didn't have innards. They were all, their bodies, their heads and their bodies were empty, that you could put your hand on a white folks and your hand would go right through them. That was my belief. They seemed so different. They walked differently. Every action from white folks was an action of disrespect, cruelty, scorn. So they couldn't be just. Now, mind you, I read about white people in other places, and I believed them. I was a fond reader of Charles Dickens, and so I wept with the children and laughed with the Macabre and Oliver. I mean, I've in fact read Horatio Alger Jr.
Yeah, they are.
And I was that little white boy. I understood him. I understood being lonely and deprived and almost forced upon one's own resources, which were negligible, if at all. but I didn't connect those people with white folks. I just didn't. There were women who worked as maids for white folks, and they would bring laundry over into the Black area, and they would stop at my grandmother's store quite often and put the baskets down. And I wanted so to go through those. What kind of things did they have? But the only venturing into our area by white folks took place when people would come over to pick up cotton pickers. Cotton pickers used to gather in the clearing in front of our store. And the white folks would come over either in trucks or wagons and pick up the cotton pickers. And one could see them then. I could see them. And they talked. They didn't have what the West Africans in Senegal, the Serer and Tukulur, call la langue doux, the sweet language. I never heard white folks use sweet language. And I always heard Black people use it. So the sweet language was a language dependent entirely upon tone. And even the lengthening out of a word. So if I spoke the sweet language to you in the South, instead of saying, "Hi there, how are you?" I say, "Hey, how you doing?" Well, I never heard white folks use sweet language. And I heard Black people use it all the time, even though they didn't call it that. You simply did it.
Okay. That's exactly what you said. No sweet language. It's sitting there. It's raining. The boy is sitting there. He's not bothering y'all. It's a problem. Let him say it. You see? That's what she said. They don't have the sweet tongue. They don't have the sweet language. They don't have la langue douce, huh? You say in French, la langue douce. They don't have it. Everything is so extra. And they want to worry about somebody else's culture. I said they're known for having the culture of politeness and the culture of kindness and love. Yeah, right. They throw bombs on you behind. They hate everybody. Muslims, Arabs, Chinese, Blacks, you name it, Latinos. They have beef with everyone, even Greenland. They have issues with everybody.
If you don't mind, what happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Also grabbed his backpack.
Also grabbed his backpack. But why are you grabbing his backpack? This is just wild. Why are you grabbing his backpack? And we said that's what Maya Angelou said. They don't have the sweet tongue, the sweet language. This is a track meet for teenagers. Whether you're there to compete or you're there for your friends, it doesn't matter. A young man is sitting under your tent. This is 2025. We are not in the 1900s. This is not a segregated America. So many Black people came outside. They defied even Black culture, Black norm to go vote for Donald Trump. Do you know what a lot of us Black people had to go through to go vote for Donald Trump? You lost friends, family, subscribers. You know how many of my subscribers, how many of my friends who always enjoyed my content stopped watching my content because they were so hurt, they were so disappointed because they thought I was turning my back against them? Black people defy so much, sacrifice so much to go vote for Donald Trump. Got called all kinds of names to go vote for Donald Trump. And even after that, it's still not good enough. Oh no, we still hate white people. We still hate this. We hate you how? We hate you how? People that used to feed Black children to alligators for fun. Have we ever fed your babies to alligator? I would love for white people to tell me how exactly have we done anything, even like 10% of what they've done to Black people in America. How have we done that to y'all? But you sit here in 2025 and you truly believe that a Black child came to school at a track meet with a whole butcher knife, like, oh, I'm looking for white people to stab in the heart. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I'm telling you, 2028, me, Marlene, I'm not voting for anybody. This whole country can go straight to hell. Because it doesn't matter what you do. You go, you vote conservative, you help a white Republican, you still hate white people. You go, you vote for the liberal. Oh, tell me why you're oppressed. I want to hear your, F y'all. F y'all. These people do not care to have United America. These people want segregation. They want it so badly. I have never seen this in my life. Black people came out in record numbers. It's not a lot, but nonetheless, though, especially black men. So many black men came out in record numbers to vote for Donald Trump. All that doesn't matter. All they hear is some goofy stuff from the media. The same media that was always saying bad things about Trump. The same media that was always saying bad things about Trump. Trump is this, Trump is that, Trump is this. And we all said, oh, that's fake news, that's fake this, that's fake whatever. But as soon as it comes out to Carmelo, oh, yeah, he did that shit. Oh, he did that shit. Oh, yeah, he went there that day just trying to see as many white people that he could find, and he can stab them in the heart. So then why only stab one person? If his goal was to bring a knife to the track meet, to stab white kids, at a free-for-all, why did he only stab one white kid? And then why did he start crying? Why did he confess to it? Why would he say, oh, is Austin, is he going to be okay? Well, like, how does that even make sense, though? None of this even makes sense. If it's not that white people consume so much evil entertainment, so much evil content about black people, you really see us like some wild, deranged animals who are just sitting here trying to hurt you people. We don't live for y'all. Like sometimes we don't even care. That's what Toni Morrison said. Toni Morrison said, I don't live my life for white people. Stop always thinking that you are the main character in my life. It's so offensive. It is so offensive. Oh, he didn't go there to compete. He went there so he could stab white children in the heart. Like, seriously? Hold on. Oh. It's really, really offensive, you know?
Write books that incorporate white lives into them substantially.
I have done.
In a substantial way.
You can't understand how powerfully racist that question is, can you? Because you could never ask a white author, when are you going to write about black people? Whether he did or not, or she did or not. Even the inquiry comes from a position of being in the center.
And being used to being in the center.
And being used to being in the center. And saying, is it ever possible that you will enter the mainstream? It's inconceivable that where I already am is the mainstream.
Oh no, that you will ever change and write books that incorporate.
You have to let her know.
There are no major white characters in your books.
No. The black narrative has always been understood to be a confrontation with some white people. Yeah. I'm sure there are many of them. They are not terribly interesting to me. What is interesting to me is what is going on within the community. And within the community, there are no major white players.
You heard the way that cup clinked on the table. When I say this,
it's like why don't you write about me? Why don't you tell me? Why don't you write more about white people? Okay, they write about white people. Like this is insanity. They question you.
I don't think you will ever change and write books that incorporate white lives into them substantially.
I have done.
In a substantial way.
You can't understand how powerfully racist that question is, can you? Because you could never ask a white author, when are you going to write about black people? Whether he did or not, or she did or not. Even the inquiry comes from a position of being in the center.
And being used to being in the center.
And being used to being in the center. And saying, is it ever possible that you will enter the mainstream? It's inconceivable that where I already am is the mainstream.
Yeah.
People set our house, and I've spent mine. People set our house on fire to evict us when I was about 2 years old.
Set the house on fire?
While we were in it.
Why?
So we wouldn't be there. So we would leave.
Chloe's father, George Wofford, had migrated to Ohio from the South. Experiences like the fire reinforced the deep feelings he already had about whites.
He simply felt that he was better, superior to all white people. His experience taught him that he was always in the company of inferior people when he was surrounded by whites. You know, he didn't let white people in the house. They came when he was not there, you know, insurance men and so on.
Your father sounded like he had a tough core to him.
Oh, very much so. He was an ordinary man, but an extraordinary man at the same time. He was very clear about what the dangers were and very clear about what he wanted for his children.
Click the link in the bio to get the book.
So let's go back to what video on? Okay. And it's even here right there. Touch me and see what happens. So he gave you a warning. It's all in there. But he's refusing to read the police report because he knows. He knows they don't read. But I think to me, this is incredibly irresponsible because you can really start. I mean, it's already started, but it can really, really get violent. To be a Black person, to come on social media on your YouTube channel when you have 4 million subs and to say white people, Black people hate you. And even let's even assume that's the case. Do Black people not have valid reason to hate white people? Right? Don't white people make it really well known that they hate Muslims? Do they refuse anything that Benjamin Netanyahu asked? Like how many? He's killed over like 500,000 Palestinians. Have white Americans said no to Benjamin Netanyahu? Right? From 2001 until today, almost a quarter of a century dedicated to just unaliving Muslims, children, mothers, the elderly. It doesn't matter. Right? White people are so proud of their hatred for Muslims. They boast about it. They brag about it. They take joy in killing them. Donald Trump sat there. He's like, yeah, we can't wait to turn Palestine into the Riviera of the Middle East. No, like the displacing of people to create a golf course. And he wasn't even bashful. He thought it was normal. And he was like, oh, he can't, oh, they can't come back. We'll get Egypt to take him. We'll get the other, like their own land. He talks about human beings like they're, I don't know, like they're just like lost property. Displace the people so he can have a beach resort in the Middle East. It's perfectly normal for him. 2001 until today, Muslims are still being tortured. They're still being murdered. Anytime Benjamin comes over here, they give him as many weapons, the drones. I mean, you name it. Every day he's killing children. Every day he's killing children. They don't care. Oh, that's the seed of Amalek. That's the seed of Amalek. That's the whatever. Oh, they're a Hamas supporter. They stigmatize these people. They throw labels on these people. Anything to justify killing children, genocide, infanticide. They bomb hospitals. You see these Muslim mothers holding their babies like this, dead children. White people don't bat an eye. They don't care. They don't care. There's even like a congressman. He was laughing. He was like, oh, thank you for showing me this. I sleep better at night. So I say, white people just need to have enough courage to say white lives matter and let's just move on. Because miss me with the whole, I care about a human life. Life is sacred. You shouldn't take a life. If that's the case, then why does BB get to come to America and sit with the president? This man is wanted for war crimes. He's a war criminal. He is wanted for crimes against humanity. But he gets to come to Washington wherever he wants to. He gets to go into the White House. So Joe Biden, Donald Trump, they're war criminal sympathizers. They are friends to war criminals. They are friends to genocidal freaks. Mess me with your care about human life. You just go around just killing all kinds of people. Donald Trump evokes some alien act to be able to deport as many people as he wants to, any way he sees fit. Grabbing people and sending them to El Salvador. We have never seen this before. Oh, they're criminals. Oh, they're with MS-13. And so what? Does that mean they should go to El Salvador? At least send them back to the respective country. No, it doesn't matter. You can be from Guatemala. You can be from Mali, from Guinea, from Haiti. They're going to send you to El Salvador. Well, they don't even care if you speak Spanish. Who cares? Because they did the same thing with slavery. They grabbed a bunch of African people and they forced them to learn a new language. And they want to talk about hatred. They want to talk about a human life and how precious a human life is. Like this is like it's truly traumatic. It is truly traumatic. Like people make an effort to forget the past and to give white people the benefit of the doubt. They say, oh, let's not have DEI. Let's not just give people a job because they black, they're whatever, they're trans. I said, okay, cool. But now it's like, oh, let's look at your skin color before we decide what kind of bail you have. Oh, so if you're white, low bail. If you're black, a high bail. So you don't want DEI, but you don't want DEI in the government, but you want a DEI justice system. So if you're black, $1 million bail. If you're white, a regular bail. What do you people want? You pick, like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Whether it's white conservative, it's white liberals, they all so freaking chaotic. It's all chaotic. They believe in nothing. The goalpost is always moving based on complexion. Then they want to gaslight you. Oh no, we don't believe in complexion. Then okay, then just let's all believe in the Constitution. Let's all believe in the Constitution. The one that says that all men are created equal, right? Let's all believe in the Constitution. The Constitution is colorblind. It says all men are created equal. So what's good for you is good for me. If a white person would have done this and the bail is 200, then make it 200 for everybody. It's the same white conservative. Constitution. The Bill of Rights, the Bill of Rights. But only if it's the right complexion. Which one is it? Like you cannot continue to gaslight people like this. You're going to have to decide. Like, do white people truly want a United States of America? If you don't want it to be united, it's not a problem. This country can't be divided. And then you're not going to have to worry about just a trade deficit. You're not going to have to worry about just getting more jobs from the factories up in China. You're going to have way more to worry about. People got a choice to make. There are more white people in this country than black people. So there's more onus on white people to want to have a United States. It's up to y'all. But the hypocrisy is enough. Like, it truly is, it's exhausting. It truly is exhausting. Y'all don't know what the freak y'all want. You don't know what you want. One moment you believe in the Bible, then you don't. One moment you believe in the Constitution, then you don't. One moment you believe in stand your ground, then you don't. One moment you believe in the right to bear arms, then you don't. One moment you believe in self-defense, then you don't. What's up with y'all? Like, seriously, this is so exhausting. It's so mentally exhausting. You believe in a fair trial until you don't like the complexion. What? What do you want? What do you want? It's like these people want this country to just implode. It's like you really want a civil war. It's not going to end well. I promise you that. You can't fight all these battles. You can't fight a trade deficit. You can't fight a budget. You have a budget. You have a trade deficit. You have a budget deficit. You have a $9 trillion payment due in June. Do you even have the money? Do you even have the money? Instead of everybody coming together to see how we're going to save this country from like imploding, from having a civil war, from America even defaulting. No, let's always act so damn stupid all the time. The Constitution is colorblind. Make it make sense. Like, which one is it? Like, it's so exhausting. You can't fight all these wars. You're going to implode. You don't even have enough money. You want to fight China. You want to fight Mexico. You want to fight Canada, Greenland, the Ukraine, the rare earth, the Russia, black people. This is just not possible. It's just not possible. You have to pick your battles. And it's like, and every time when it comes out to white folks, it's like you never put America first because you claim to love America, but you really don't. You really don't. Like in the Bible, there's a story of two mothers. They went before King Solomon. They was two mothers, one baby. And then one mother said, oh, well, that's my baby. The other mother said, no, that's my baby. So the king said, hold on. The two mothers before Solomon, hold on. Make it make sense. Okay. Because some of y'all don't read the Bible. That's the sad part. Okay, in the biblical story of Solomon's judgment, two mothers brought their cases before King Solomon, claiming to be the mother of the same baby. That's the white liberal and the white conservative. One of the babies had died. Each mother claimed the living baby was hers. The baby that's left is America. Solomon's judgment, famously wise, involved ordering the baby to be cut in two. And the real mother, unable to bear her son being harmed, offered him to the other woman, revealing her true nature. At some point, all white Americans, whether it's white liberals who are always like weaponizing these illegal immigrants and the welfare society, or it's white conservative who are always weaponizing race and encouraging all the black people to be self-hater, to hate themselves, y'all gonna have to decide. You only have one country. Do you want your country to really live up to its name, United States of America? One nation, under God, indivisible. You have a choice to make. You really, really have a choice to make. Otherwise, if you want this whole thing to blow up, just let us know. We're going to be outside. We're going to be outside. You decide. White Americans, y'all are so freaking exhausting. Like, we are so tired. You wear us out. Like, Joe Biden was president, I was worn out. Trump is president, I am exhausted. You wear people out. It's like you hate your own country yourselves. You have a constitution. You have articles of independence. You have a declaration. It says one nation, under God, indivisible. Like, what do you want? You want to destroy your nation? You want to divide your nation? Because every time you see a black person, you can't help yourself. You have to wish the worst. Unbelievable. These are all documents written by white people, by the way. It's not even like a DI black person with a law degree wrote this. Thomas Jefferson, he wrote this for y'all. Thomas Jefferson wrote these documents. And you're doing everything in your power to divide this nation. What do you want? What do you truly want? You got white liberals telling people from all around the world it's okay to come here illegally and do whatever they want, right? Then you got black conservatives, you got white conservatives telling other black people, oh, talk about your people. Tell them to say they're bad, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad. Always causing chaos and division. It's like you just love disorder. You just love chaos. Why are y'all so damn chaotic? Why are you people so chaotic like this? Why are you so chaotic like this? Like, it is just so insane. It is so insane. What do you want? Do you want to cut this baby in half? You want to cut this country in half? Do it. By all means, do it. Just let us know. And we as black people, we're going to step out because we are tired of being weaponized. We are human beings. We're not your tokens. We are actual human beings. We have feelings. We also have, like, we need to worry about our mental health. We need to worry about our safety. We never know what type of time you're on. Some days you want to be nice. Some days we can sit next to y'all. Some days we can't. Why are y'all so damn bipolar like this? Take your medications. Take your meds. You're so damn bipolar. What do you want? Like, seriously, what do white people want? What do white people in America want? God damn it. What do y'all want? Oh, let's not do DEI. Sure, okay, fine. Let's not do DEI. Oh, no, but now that we don't like it, let's do DEI bail. Let's have a bail system based on complexion. What the freak do you want? Like, seriously, what do you want? What do you want? I mean, what do these people actually want from people? What do you want from people? Like, it's so freaking exhausting, huh? It is so exhausting. It is so exhausting. Like, what do they actually want? What do they want? I think this is really crazy. It is your own pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, right? One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What do y'all actually want, though? What is this? Okay. Like, what do y'all want? Like, it's so, like, it really, really is exhausting. Even my head hurts. What do you want? Like, what do you want? So it's either we are doing this or we're not doing this. It's either everybody agrees we follow the Constitution colorblind or we don't. It's either we all pledge allegiance to this nation or we don't. It's cool. I don't really care. Leave it to AOC and the liberals. They want all the Latin America to take over America. You decide. This is just insanity. It like, to me, it's like, it's really, really crazy. It's really, really crazy. Calm the freak down. Let the people go to court. You weren't even there, and you're so hyped like this. What is this? I mean, like, this is just insanity. Like, my head actually hurts. Like, my head truly, truly hurts. It is enough. It is enough. Like, you want to divide this nation or not? Like, let the people do their damn job and stop threatening people's lives. This is ridiculous. This is truly, truly ridiculous. This is truly ridiculous. We were not there. We're not there. Let the people do their job. And either you trust in your own institutions or you don't. But if you don't trust, then how are you different than China? If you don't even trust your own institution, then how are you different than China? I thought they were freaking communists. But even in America, nobody trusts the justice system. Okay, then let's just close everything down. Let's just close everything down. Because what's the point of all this? But it really is, it's mentally draining to live like this. Oh my gosh.
Then claim self-defense, meaning that the kid was under somebody else's tent, verbally asked to leave, not physically asked to leave, nobody touched him, nobody did anything. He was verbally asked to leave.
How can you say nobody touched him? Oh my gosh. How can you lie like this? What is he? What is this? What is this nonsense?
Agonize or instigate an incident and then claim self-defense, meaning that the kid was under somebody else's tent, verbally asked to leave, not physically asked to leave.
How can you say he was not physically asked to leave? Here is, once again, here is Hunter. This is insanity.
This kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." He's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack.
So he was there. That's his twin brother. He's saying Austin grabbed his backpack. So he was not just asked to move verbally. He was asked to move physically. They grabbed, the brother grabbed the one who's dead, the deceased one, like he grabbed his book bag. So you, Brandon, why can you say he was not asked to leave physically? What are you even talking about? What are you even talking about?
And then claim self-defense, meaning that the kid was under somebody else's tent,
Okay.
verbally asked to leave, not physically asked to leave.
Well, I hope y'all see he's a liar, because you heard, here's the brother. Austin grabbed his backpack. So he was physically touched. If he wasn't physically touched, why would he say, "Oh, touch me, see what happens"? He was physically touched. What are we talking about? Like, make it make sense. Oh. Hold on. Let me come back here real quick. My bad.
Under somebody else's tent, verbally asked to leave, not physically asked to leave. Nobody touched him. Nobody did anything. He was verbally asked to leave, which is a.
You know he's lying, and you, Brandon, you're a liar, and that's why you need to get sued for defamation. You need to be sued. The brother himself just said, "What? Let's say it again."
Some to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." He's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack.
Okay. So he was physically touched. Austin tried to physically remove him, even though Austin is another student. He's not a police officer. He is not security. He is not a sheriff. He is not a principal. He is not a coach. He's not a teacher. He is a fellow student. So my question is, who conferred upon Austin this legal authority to move people? Even when it comes to like even a tenant, a landlord can't just move the people. You got to go to the court to get an eviction. You got to start the eviction proceeding. Even a tenant a landlord can't even go into a tenant's house, the tenant's place, grab their stuff and start evicting. No, you have to do a proper eviction process. You got to go to court. You start the eviction process in court. Then you get your paperwork. Then the sheriff comes and gives the eviction notice. Then you start the eviction process. So if you can have anybody who has who leases their property, they can't even physically evict people. You have to go to the courthouse to start the process. Get your paperwork. Then the sheriff will come, and the sheriff is going to put the thing on the door to let the person know the eviction process has officially commenced. So even somebody's house, their own house, we saw this. I'm going to show you a video. Oh my gosh, it's really crazy that we have to do this, huh? It's really, really crazy. Let me show you a video so you can understand. Woman arrested in New York over a squatter. It's unbelievable. Okay, here, look, let's.
On camera, it is a scene that highlights how some homeowners across the country are battling squatters who try to use the law to take control of a property. Trevor Alt is here with the story. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Rebecca. So these headlines come as the NYPD says a homeowner was actually murdered by a pair of squatters that she walked in on. And officials want to avoid potentially dangerous confrontations. But the process of legally removing a squatter can be extremely frustrating and expensive and time consuming. And
even though it's your house, even though it's your property, you can't even go there and grab people. They can be late on rent. They can be late on whatever. You can't even go in there and grab the people. Can you imagine? People can squat into your house and you can't even fumigate these heifers out your house. You have to go to court. Like, it's real. So I'm like, you, Austin, you have no legal authority to tell anybody to leave nowhere. You can't do that. You're not a police officer. You're not a sheriff. You're not a principal. You're not a teacher. You're not a coach. You are a fellow student Who conferred upon you the legal authority to move anybody, to physically grab anybody when they're not even committing a crime? Sitting under a tent, sitting under your tent is not anybody breaking the law. It's not even, because you don't even have a permit for your tent. The school, the stadium, it's a courtesy that they let everybody open up their tent. And that's why you can't drill your tent into the ground, right? It's a courtesy. But the benches do not belong to you. The bleachers do not belong to you. You have no authority to tell anybody to move anywhere. You have no legal authority from one 17-year-old to another 17-year-old. Why do you think you have the authority to move someone, especially when you're not being harassed, you're not being stolen, you're not being robbed, you're not being oppressed? Like, this is crazy. Like, even when people that have their own properties, they have to go to court and wait the process out. And then if the judge agrees, they give the paperwork to the sheriff. The sheriff then goes to the place, he puts it on the door, and then you have the legal authority to commence your eviction process. America is a country of laws. I really do not get this. This is insanity. This is insanity. Every time you want to put your hands on people or make somebody do something, you got to ask yourself, if they're not my child, if that's not your child, what authority do I have over a stranger? What legal authority do you have over a stranger to say, I'm going to grab you and put you here, or I'm going to grab you and put you over here? You cannot do this. And that's why the people say, call the police, because they're trained. They went to school for this, and they also have insurance in case something happens. Police have insurance. That's why every time there's a wrongful death suit by a police officer, they can pay the money because they have insurance. You don't even have insurance. Let's say you go and you grab someone and they have an asthma attack and they die in your hand. Do you know they can sue your homeowner's insurance? Like, America, it's a country of law. We're not in a village somewhere. Like, we're not in some banana republic. We are in the first world country. We are in a country of law and procedures. Like, seriously. You go and you touch somebody. What if they have a bad hip and now boom, they're dead? Now they want to charge you, or they get hurt. Now they want to sue you to pay for the entire hip replacement. You have $500,000. You have $1 million. Now this is crazy. Okay, I'm like, this do not touch people. Even helping people. You might mean, well, let me help this person. Let me help out that person. God forbid something bad happens. What you meant well, it could also go bad. You know, one time I was in New Orleans, right? And this old white woman, she had like the pusher thing, the walker thing, right? And I really wanted to help her. But even me, I got scared because Louisiana is so litigious. Like, they like to sue people. They like to sue people. And I'm like, God forbid I help this lady and then she drops and then she wants to sue me. So I couldn't help her. I know I felt really bad, y'all. I'm a Christian. I felt so bad. But it just goes to show you, like, be very careful. Even like doing a yard sale. You might do a yard sale, and if you're not careful and somebody trips, they're going to sue your homeowners. It is very real. Even children, you want to have a party over. Make sure you have all these parents sign a waiver. Make sure you ask, does anybody allergic to anything? Because God forbid a baby comes in there and there's peanut and then the baby dies. It's you. You don't even mean harm. You can have, like, I don't know, these bouncers and like these swing in your backyard, and the kids want to come and play. You better make sure that the parents are signing waivers, because God forbid somebody's child gets hurt. They will sue your homeowner's insurance. This stuff is real. This stuff is very real. And that's why you got to do things the right way. You can't just proceed to put your hands on people. You call law enforcement. Let them do it. They're trained for this, and they got the insurance. You know, oh, I'm going to take it to my own hands. You're 17. He's 17. Like, it's real. It's not a joke. That's why when it snows, you got to go out there really quickly and shovel the snow. Because if somebody falls, they will sue you. That's why you even have to cut your grass. Because somebody falls, they will sue you. Your mailbox, you have to take care of your mailbox. Because if the mailman gets hurt, he can also sue you. This stuff is real. This stuff is very real. And that's why you don't put your hands on people. Because you touch somebody, they have an asthma attack. You touch somebody, they have a heart attack. They will sue your homeowners. It is not a joke. People think it's, because we're just trying to help Carmelo. Oh, you're white, don't touch. No, I am being for real. You don't believe me? Call your insurance. Whoever has your homeowners, call your insurance, and they will tell you. These goofy-ass birthday parties, these goofy-ass sleepovers, feeding other people's kids, doing these goofy-ass yard sale. Marlene has warned you. Marlene has warned you. It is not a joke. It is not a joke. In America, you can, like, just even something small, you can lose your whole life because somebody got injured and now they're suing you. They're suing your homeowners. What you gonna do? You have to go file for bankruptcy. It is not a joke. So that's why we say keep your hands to yourself. Go get law enforcement. Not only are they trained in this, but they also have insurance. They have liability coverage for this foolishness. Sometimes they can even have it up to $5 million. You have no idea what your homeowner's insurance is. You could have a $1 million coverage. You out here doing the most. You're going to get sued for $4.5 million. What about the difference? What you going to do? Like, this is real. America is not a banana republic. It is a first world country. There are real consequences to putting your hands on people. That's why I don't touch it. Even sometimes you see somebody is passing out. You might not want to touch them, you know. You might want to wait for paramedics. Because God forbid you move them this way or you move them that way, and now they can't breathe. Now you're charged with a homicide. Oh, hell. You have to really know the law. You can't just take stuff into your own hands. It's very serious. It's really serious.
Some homeowners, like the one we're about to see, are fed up.
You shouldn't be trying to steal my house. Yes, you are.
This morning, a squatter standoff caught on camera by our station WABC.
There's a man sleeping right there. Get out of my house.
Adele Andaloro says she inherited this New York City house, but a group of people moved in and changed the locks. The NYPD called in, arresting one man.
Why is it that I have to leave and he doesn't have to leave?
Because technically he can't be kicked out. We need to go to court.
But this man, forcing his way back inside, was allowed to stay.
That's not going on. I don't live here.
He told investigative reporter Dan Krauth he signed a lease in October, though he showed no proof.
So how does this all end then? When do you leave?
The way it ends is either she pays me my money that I put into the house, pay me the money, and I'll leave, or send me to court, and we deal with the judge in court.
In New York City, squatters have tenants' rights after 30 days, making this a landlord-tenant dispute.
You see that? You see that? And according to New York City, New York, right? Squatters have rights after 30 days. It becomes a landlord-tenant dispute. People who have not signed a lease, they haven't paid rent. Now you got to spend money to go to court, and sometimes it can take up to 2 years. It is not a joke. And this is her property. This is her property. And guess what? She's going to get arrested.
Tenant dispute. So when Adele had the locks changed again,
You're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested
For what?
for being in my own home.
police then took her away in handcuffs for unlawful eviction. When it comes to squatters, homeowners across the country have to navigate a slew of laws which vary by state. In Chicago, Danielle Cruz told our station WLS when she tried to sell her home in 2022, a woman moved in claiming to have a lease.
So we show up with the cops, and there's a young woman in there with all of her belongings. They said, unfortunately, they couldn't prove that she was trespassing. We have to go to court and follow the eviction process.
But one man is fighting back.
I understand you've been squatting at this residence.
ABC's Jacqueline Lee met with Flash Shelton, who calls himself the squatter hunter.
Is this a growing problem?
I think that it's a growing problem like anything else.
When a squatter took over his mother's house, Flash had her lease the home to him, and then he moved in with the squatter until they...
Oh my God, that is so dangerous. I wouldn't have done that. How do you sleep at night? No, I couldn't do this. I'm not doing this. What if he kills you? Oh no, I can't do this.
left. He's now using the same tactic at other homes.
I would have had a right as a leaseholder to go in, move in on him, put cameras on, and eventually lock him out, and that I could force him to civilly try to fight to get back into a property that he couldn't prove that he had a legal right to be in.
Experts advise always getting an attorney to navigate legal evictions, but warn it can be costly and take several months.
Squatters are looking for an opportunity, and if they think a property is not being maintained or visited, they may make attempts to enter that property that they have no rights to enter in.
And part of the reason this is even possible is because of loopholes in tenancy laws. For obvious reasons, you can't have...
Okay, so let's go back to the thing, right? So like I showed this to say, even removing people or what you even think is your property, get the law involved. Get the law involved. Because, you know, it can seem very obvious. It's my property. You don't belong here. I don't have a lease agreement with your ass. I'm going to grab your ass and toss you out. It sounds perfectly fine. But you see, the lady got arrested. They got arrested. There's so many people. There's so many homeowners who have been again arrested, especially when Biden was in office. There are so many homeowners who got arrested. There's even another woman. She got decapitated. They cut her into pieces. They cut her into pieces, and I think she's a white woman. She's white. Maybe she's Latina. I don't know, but I think she's white. When she went to the apartment, they grabbed her up and they cut her into pieces, and they put her in a bag, and then they put her head like a cherry on top of a cake. They put her in the bag, and then they put her in the entry closet, and they left her there, and they took her car. Like people, it can truly get dangerous. It really, really can get seriously dangerous. You have to be very careful. Okay, hold on. What's it called? Woman decapitated. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here you see. Yeah, she's white. She's white, right? Look at this. Look at this.
Out of the latest on that murderous mystery involving a woman's body stuffed inside a duffel bag. Investigators now say alleged squatters may have been responsible for the killing. New York's Tracy Strands in Kips Bay with Tracy, new developments in this very disturbing story.
Well, Michael, we can tell you that the Joint Task Force or the Fugitive Task Force is now involved in this, looking for a couple of squatters who detectives say killed Nadia Vittel, with her son discovering her body inside of a duffel bag in her apartment. Now, the super of this building on East 31st Street showed our cameras the closet where Vittel's son made that gruesome discovery last week. The 52-year-old died from apparent blunt force trauma last Thursday. Authorities believe she was killed by squatters that she discovered in her late mother's apartment that she believed was vacant.
They had signed the lease. I saw them once, because they were expecting them to move in right away, but they never did.
You heard the super there talking about the people who were inside of the apartment. He says, Vittel had come to prepare that apartment for a friend to move in when she was killed. Now, surprisingly, squatters in the city actually have rights. Here, squatters can claim tenant rights after living on a property for 30 days. As to bring you back live, we also know that officials say that authorities found Nadia Vittel's Lexus crashed in Pennsylvania. And there's video, actually, of those two people who were inside here taking that car after allegedly killing her. That's according to authorities.
Yeah. So when she walked in there, they grabbed her. I guess they threw her against the ground. They hit her head. Okay, so they could, and not even that, they could have left it at that. No, of course not. They had to proceed to actually chop her into pieces. They decapitated her. They cut her into pieces. They put her in a duffel bag, and then they put her head like a cherry on top of a cake, and they stuffed her in that closet. They took her Lexus, and they drove up to Pennsylvania, got into a car crash. I am saying, like, it is very, very serious to put your hands on people. Be very careful. Be truly careful. And this is why you got to keep your hands to yourself. It really is not a joke. But I'm like, you cannot just decide to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to remove you because this is my property. This is my tent. This is my whatever. Because you just never know. You just never know. You just never know. So be careful.
Reasonable request for somebody to ask a person to get from under their tent when they're not on that team. But then he says, as he reaches in his bag, according to the police report, that touch me and see what happens. Now, he's not afraid for his life, right? Because he could walk away. Just like
you sound so damn stupid. Somebody pulls a knife out of a bag, but they're not afraid. How does that even make sense? The person who pulls the knife out is the one that is not afraid. You make no damn sense. If people are sitting there quietly and then this turns like this, that one person feels as though they have to grab a weapon, they're probably afraid. Now he said, oh, he could have walked away and they could have chased right behind him. What exactly is your point? If somebody has made up their mind to beat your ass, you think you running away is going to make them stop? If anything, it could excite them. There are people who get excited chasing after people. We see it all the time with law enforcement, right? The chase, the thrill of the chase. It's a real thing. It is a real thing. Oh, you could have walked away. Oh, yeah. And they could also have enjoyed chasing right behind me. Okay? You never heard the thrill of the chase? Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like seriously, this is insanity. What are we talking about? Okay? What's it called? If you talk about the thrill of the chase, you are referring to the excitement that people feel when they are trying hard to get something. It's the thrill of the chase, the buzz of the race that drives you on. Like, what are we even saying? What are we actually saying here? Right? The person who was sitting there quietly all of a sudden feels the need to take a knife out of their book bag. But somehow he's not afraid. He's doing it because he's such a big, tough guy. No, because he's scared. Because he's scared. Make it make sense. Right? This is freaking Austin. This is Austin. This ain't no small person. Austin is number 11. He ain't no small person. That ain't no small baby. That dude is big. That's a big ass dude. Okay? Like, make it make sense. Once again, this is Austin. Here is Austin. Look how he's scooping up this kid. Right? But it's Carmelo who weighs 160, who is not afraid of somebody who weighs 225. You don't even make no sense, Brandon. You don't even make no damn sense. Trying too damn hard, per usual. Trying too hard. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. If somebody that weighed 225 and knew jiu-jitsu was coming after your behind, what would you do? Okay? What would you do? Like, seriously, I would love for people to tell me. Somebody knows jiu-jitsu and they're coming after your behind when they weigh, like they have 60 pounds or 90 pounds over you. What would you do? Here's the daddy.
Ball, they did it all.
Huh?
Have been athletes all their lives, from soccer to baseball to jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu, okay? Do you even know that they knew jiu-jitsu? They know jiu-jitsu. So the people who so the guy who doesn't know jiu-jitsu, the guy who weighs 160, he's not afraid. Oh, he's not afraid, right? He sees somebody this big being aggressive. Of course he's not afraid, because Black people are not afraid. Like, we don't feel normal sensation, right? A man a boy that looks this big, look how big he is. 225, he walking up to you with his twin brother, okay? But he's not afraid. They're not, so it's two of them. They're scared. So two brothers, two twins that look this big, they're the ones who are scared. But Carmelo, who weighs 160, where's Carmelo, child? Where's Carmelo? Okay? Carmelo, who weighs 160, of course he's not afraid, because he has some supernatural strength. Like, he has nerves of steel, because Black people, especially Black children, can never be regular people. We always have to be superhumans, right? We always have to be superhuman, right? He's not supposed to be afraid. In this little tiny body, he's not supposed to be afraid. Okay? He's not supposed to be afraid. If you look like this, you look like this, and someone that's like number 11 is walking up to you with his twin brother that's just this big, he's not supposed to be afraid? Exactly, babe. He knows jiu-jitsu. And it's so funny how they just want to omit this when the daddy himself is saying, oh yeah, my son's new jiu-jitsu. I'm like, jiu-jitsu? Jiu-jitsu? Are you actually kidding me? Let him say it again. This is insanity. This is insanity.
He is one of the most outstanding. Him and his brother both have been athletes all their lives, from soccer to baseball to jiu-jitsu to football. They did it all.
Oh.
And they excelled every time. And I told them, you guys are so lucky, because not everyone has your talent.
Oh, okay. You guys are so lucky, because not everyone. So you realize your son, he realizes his son have an exceptional athletic talent. They have exceptional athletic talent. They have exceptional athletic knowledge. They even know jiu-jitsu. They have martial arts knowledge. They have knowledge of martial arts. But they were, the knife at the, what about the fact that they knew how to do jiu-jitsu? Go sit down somewhere.
But you have to make sure you take that talent and harness it in the right way.
Exactly. Make it make sense. The father even said, my son's new jiu-jitsu. And then, let's act like we didn't hear what he said. No, the knife. What about the fact that he has knowledge of jiu-jitsu? Let's talk about that part. Jiu-jitsu? He knows jiu-jitsu? And they're sitting here like, this is so perfectly normal. You should go fight a person that knows jiu-jitsu one-on-one. Like, that sounds so fair. It sounds so fair. Yeah. Let somebody who knows jiu-jitsu grab you in a crucifix, right? And here's some jiu-jitsu move, huh? Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Like, this is just so damn evil. Okay, where is he at? Jiu-jitsu. This is crazy.
If you can't get the standard butterfly sweep going or the shoulder crunch sweep, try these instead. So one thing that's good is the arm drag. And one tip I like to mention is always taking your foot out so you can get up easier. So we're here, we go for the arm drag, we take our foot out. Now we can get up much easier instead of being stuck. Another good one is to grab a 2-on-1 and then lift them up and take their back, rotating them up in the air, and then getting chest to back on them.
Okay, so if he had Carmelo, so if he, because they're like, oh, don't use a knife, do it one-on-one, no problem. If he had, how is he back? Oh, that's him. Oh yeah, he said, okay, yeah, ban him. You don't get to stay here because, yeah, he forgot. Yeah, he can go. I don't want him here anymore because you want to strike my channel. No more. If you can't be open-minded and because you don't like what I'm saying, I need to lose my channel. I need to lose my right to speech. I'm not gonna have you here. I'm not gonna have you here. Everybody gets to talk. And if you watch carefully on YouTube, every video that's against Carmelo, they do so well. So what are you scared of? Okay, right? What are you scared of? Every video that does well, that talks about Carmelo has hundreds of thousands of views. They have all kinds of, my videos only have, I have like what, 500 views, 1,000 views, but you're concerned about my 1,000 views. Am I saying something meaningful? There's so many videos against Carmelo, and YouTube is intentionally boosting those videos. And all the videos that support Carmelo, they're stifling these videos. So if you are not capable of allowing somebody else to exercise freedom of speech, I'm not gonna let you be here. It's unfortunate. It really is. Because I don't mind people saying how they feel. But I don't like what she says, so I have to go strike her channel. So you're not gonna be here. I'm so sorry, you're not gonna be here. Everybody gotta be mature. This is crazy. Like even me, I have found videos I didn't like. I left comments. I'm not gonna go strike their channel. Like, what is this? So no. But imagine if he had held Carmelo this way. Oh yeah, don't do nothing. Just let a man that knows jiu-jitsu, just grab you any kind of way. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You do it.
If you can't get the standard butterfly,
You do it. Do it and see how much you like it. They are really crazy. Jiu-jitsu. I'm like, not about to grind me any kind of way. Not about to put me in a butterfly, a crucifix, whatever they call them things. You're not doing that to me. You're not doing that to me.
if I could tell my white belt self one thing to improve their guard, what I would tell myself is to use my feet, make sure I have connection with my feet at all times. So that can look many different ways. It can look like this. It can look like this. It can be here, wherever it is. I need to connect with my feet so I can control them.
You see that?
If I don't use my feet, say I'm here and I'm just like, she's got control of my feet. Now she can move my legs. I can't control her, and it's just no good. So if I use my feet, I can control her mobility and I can attack. So all these sweep submissions, they're based off of where you place your feet. Like here, right? I can sweep her like this using my feet. If she doesn't control my feet, I can lift my hips up, get to triangles, arm bars, all that kind of stuff. So where the feet go is so.
So they have things called triangles, arm bars, crucifix, but arm lock. They like this. I'm like, this is martial arts. This is martial arts. You can truly hurt a person. And you heard the daddy. The daddy said they excelled at it. They excelled at jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu. This boy, he didn't stand no damn chance. Look at this.
The punch choke is a super underutilized choke in jiu-jitsu. So all it is you put your fist in their neck like this, and especially it's good when they're driving their weight into you, because they're driving their weight and their neck into your fist. So it makes it even more powerful. The punch choke is a super underutilized choke in jiu-jitsu.
No, maybe she went to jail because she beat all their asses. She beat all their asses. This is martial arts. Imagine you fighting like Trevor McGregor. Oh yeah, he gonna beat your ass. Okay, this is crazy. And you heard that. Let me have the daddy say it again. He said, "Oh yeah, they excelled at it." I'm like, your sons excelled at jiu-jitsu at 225 pounds. Jesus Christ! Look, listen.
He is one of the most outstanding. Him and his brother both have been athletes all their lives, from soccer to baseball to jiu-jitsu to football.
Jesus.
They did it all.
Jesus.
And they excelled every time. And I told them, you guys are so
right. What do you say? They excelled every time. So they excelled at soccer. They excelled at baseball. They excelled at jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu. Rocket said, I train in jiu-jitsu, aikido, and taekwondo. Oh, you need to not fight people. So you need to keep your hands to yourself. You need to keep your hands to yourself. You train martial arts people need to sit your hands to yourself. Oh, really? He's just a weirdo. This dude, I will do a special live on this dude because I don't agree with the fact that he has the biggest GoFundMe. I do not agree. I don't agree with this. He doesn't have custody of the kids. He has not been raising the kids. They don't live with him. And yet he has the biggest GoFundMe. He has 300, almost like 358,000. Meanwhile, Megan, she has the kids. She's raised the kids for the past 13 years. All she has is like 177. This is not okay. He needs to give her this money. Why do we have 2 GoFundMes? This man is a crook, y'all. This man is a crook. This is not normal. This is not normal. Exactly. And definitely he should not be doing it because he doesn't have primary custody. But I'm going to do that tomorrow. I will do that live tomorrow. This man needs to be exposed. She needs to have the GoFundMe because their sons have been with her since they were 4. She has been raising them since they were 4. How do we know he's not even behind on child support? Why does he want to have the main GoFundMe? That makes no sense to me. He's an opportunist. Oh. And you know what? You know what Lacey said? Lacey said that she thinks he likes Austin more. He loved Hunter. Sorry, he loved Austin more than he loved Hunter. Lacey said, Marlene, I feel like he loves Austin more. He always wanted to brag about Austin. You know what I'm saying? Like if he wanted like, oh, if somebody had to go, why not Hunter? Why gotta be Austin? You know, because it seemed like Austin is like, I was like, he's very active, you know. He's like the all-star kind of thing, right? Hunter is like, he's very quiet. Like he probably like in his brother's shadow. There's always a twin like that. There's nothing bad, right? But there's always a twin that's quieter. There's a twin that always followed the other twin. There's always a dominant twin. It's like there's a quiet twin. I think Austin was the dominant twin, and then Hunter was the quiet twin, you know? When you have good teachers, they teach you not to fight people. Yeah, it's very dangerous. Like you know a lot. I see that too. Austin seemed favored by the parents. Yep. Yep. Lacey said that yesterday. She's like, Marlene, this man, you really think like it kind of like if he could have traded places, he would have had Hunter go instead of Austin. I'm like, I can see that. I don't think he's a good person. I don't think he's a good person. Now, what is this man saying over here? Foolishness.
Nobody touched him. Nobody did anything.
People touched him.
He was verbally asked to leave,
and he was
which is a reasonable request for somebody to ask a person to get from under their tent when they're not on that team.
No.
But then he says, as he reaches in his bag, according to the police report, that touch me and see what happens. Now he's not afraid for his life.
You're right.
Right?
I don't see Carmelo. Okay, here's Carmelo. So he's saying Carmelo when he saw Austin number 11 plus his brother because they're twins, huh? He's saying that Carmelo was not scared. Okay, who gonna believe that? Who in their right mind will ever, even me, Marlene, if let's even assume Hunter or like Austin and Hunter are mad at me, I'm getting out the way. Okay, y'all crazy. Okay, this is really intimidating, right? And I'm sure Austin also, like, because he played football, he was used to like being the tough guy. He's a linebacker. I'm gonna sack your ass, right? I understand that. I just feel like it was just too early for that. I really do. There's a time and place for that, Austin. You should have kept that for the football field. But you have 2 of these. He's number 11. That's him. Number 11. There's 2 of these. 2, not 1. They're twins. So 2 of these are coming after you. And he's saying, oh, you're not scared. You're not scared. Why don't you show the pictures? Right? If you believe what you're saying, Brandon, why don't you show the pictures? Show the pictures. Let your people see. Let your people see what's going on. Right? Let them see it. Right? If somebody like this, sorry, you guys. Sorry, my bad. Okay? This is also Austin. Look how he grabbed this black kid. This is ridiculous. Okay? So imagine Austin grabbing you. Like, you got to put stuff in perspective. You have to put stuff in perspective. Imagine somebody grabbing you like this. What would you have done? Like, this is really frightening. And it's 2 of them. It is 2 of them. And also, here's the mama. Here is the mother. Hold on. Everything is out here. It's like people just don't want to do their own research because it's so easy to go with a narrative so you can grift, increase your watch time hours, and get as many views as possible so you can make money off of a racial divide. That is so shameful. That's extremely shameful. Hold on. Megan, where you are? Where's Megan? Let me find this lady, Shannon. Where is this lady? Okay, here's Megan.
This kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my life, and it's just.
And to be honest with you, we don't want to give him any recognition or any.
His last moments, and it was just
how much we loved him. He knew that.
He knew.
Hold on, let me find this spot. Okay, right here. Let's go. Let's go.
It's
Let's go.
It's your baby. Yeah. He was my big baby. He was 225 pounds. Both of them big boys.
You heard her? Try say it again.
I'm trying not to cry, but
Try say it again.
It's
your baby.
Yeah. He was my big baby. He was 225 pounds. Both of them big boys. And
okay. So even the mother is cognizant that her babies don't have a normal size. She knows her boys don't have a normal size. They don't have the body of a 17-year-old. She's like, oh, both of them big boys. She's like, yeah, he's 25. He's 225. Both of them. So together they make like 450 pounds versus someone who weighs 160. But somehow Brandon wants you to believe that Carmelo wasn't scared. Oh, no, he ain't scared. He got two twin brothers. They're huge. These are not normal people, and she knows this. They're not normal people. So look at him here. Look at him here. She knows he's not a normal size person. She knows this. She knows. This guy, 225. The brother, 225. And also, let me show you this. Let me also show you this. You can go. Okay, look right here too, huh? I want you to see when Hunter comes into the frame. Look how he towers over people. Look. Even the cameraman had to zoom out twice to get his entire body in the frame because he's really big. Look.
just to put your arms wrap around the support. This is Hunter. Did you want to talk to him?
Is he? Look.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry for him. See how big he is? Do you see how he towers over people? He is taller than he's taller than everybody. He towers over people. These are some tall people. And they're big. Look at his torso. Look at his neck. And she said, both of them big boys, 225. Oh, Jesus. Look how big he is. Look at how big he is. Okay. You're acting slow. Okay, don't play with me. Okay. The issue is not just the height. We're also talking about the height and the weight. Do you want to sit here or not? Because today my band figure is like, you know, I feel I kind of like it. We're not just talking about the height. It's not just a height issue. It is a weight issue. It's a weight issue. Because even in boxing, you would never put these people together because they don't have the same weight. So because they don't have the same weight, they're not even in the same class. Now you got two people who are way bigger after somebody who's just by himself and weighs 160. Collectively, these twins make 450 pounds. Carmelo is 160 pounds. Do the math, right? It was never even fair for them to even touch him, try to remove him. It's out of order. They're too big. And they know jiu-jitsu. You know that? They know jiu-jitsu. Do you know jiu-jitsu? Have you ever fought somebody who knows jiu-jitsu? I didn't think so. So let's not do this. Okay? These are big people. It's not just the height. It is also the weight. If you put number 2 fighting number 11, is that a fair fight? Right? If you have number 2 fighting number 52, is that a fair fight? That is not a fair fight. That is not a fair fight. This number 11 is Austin. He is not a small person. And this is Carmelo. And he had to face 2 twins. He had to face 2 brothers in the ring. Are you okay? So like, hello, like I'm not trying to be mean, but let's stop doing this. Let's stop doing this. Let's stop. Where's even my video? Let me see my video unboxing real quick that I had. Hold on. I think some of y'all don't even get it, so it's okay. I'm gonna play a video. I'm here to educate some of y'all because you seem not to get it. Maybe you're just acting slow. I don't know. But either way, it's cool. I got time. I do this every day. So I have all my videos ready. Let's go. Where's my other video, Chad? Where's my video? Where is my video? I hate when this happens like this. Where is my video? Oh, here we are. There you are.
Classes, weight divisions, weight categories. Why are there so many in boxing? Understand what all the different terminologies and all the different bizarre decisions that are being made in boxing. What is the reason behind them? Well, I'm here to help. First of all, weight categories, weight classes, weight divisions, all the same thing. Just the same thing, but people are using different words to describe it. For the purpose of this video, I'm probably going to say weight division. There are 17 officially recognized weight divisions in the sport of boxing. You might be thinking, wow, that is way too many. But the reason that there are so many is actually quite nice. The reason there are so many is really twofold. It's fairness and safety.
Okay.
So
he said fairness and safety is why you have 17 weight divisions in boxing, right? To keep it fair and to keep it safe. Let's keep going.
Fairness. Why are there so many weight categories? Think of this as an example. You've got a undefeated Russian fighter who weighs 250 pounds. And you've got an undefeated Filipino fighter who weighs 115 pounds. Yeah. Now, if they were to fight each other, the Russian would win. Most likely the Russian would win because of the massive weight difference. When you've got such a large weight difference, you know, the higher a weight you are against a lower weight, the higher weight would have huge advantages in power and punch resistance. And then the opposite would be true for the person at the much lower weight when you're comparing the two. That's really the reason that there are so many weight divisions. The fairness angle comes in with, if you have got good technique, if you are skilled
jiu-jitsu
fighter, you should be fighting someone at the same weight as you.
Exactly. What did he say? And this is not even like it's a man who knows. This is just, he does boxing videos. He's not even involved in this. He's saying you should fight somebody the same weight as you. So if Austin is 225, what business does he have putting his hands on people who weigh 160? If Austin and Hunter both weigh 225, what business do they even have trying to do this to somebody who weighs 160? It is not even a fair fight. That's why I'm saying, like, it's so goofy for Brandon to do what he's doing. Give the right information to your white audience. Stop doing this. Stop doing it. It's not even like 1 against 1. It's twins against 1. And the twins, everybody weighs 225. Here they are, 225. In boxing, you would never put somebody that weighs 225 to fight somebody that weighs 160, let alone 2 fighters who are 225 against 1 person that's 160. Y'all can just kill him. That's why I'm like, it's so crazy for people to act as if the only weapon there was the knife. There were way more than 1 weapon there that day. 2 against 1 at 225 a person against 160, they really could have killed him. The metal bleachers, you push somebody against those goofy ass metal bleachers, somebody lands in a hard corner, there goes their skull, right? You push somebody down the stairs, they can die. You have concrete steps. It's a freaking stadium. It's raining. You're pushing somebody down the stairs. Somebody can crack their neck and just die. Like, you can kill people with your hands. You know jiu-jitsu. You can even kill somebody with jiu-jitsu technique. Like, there are many ways to kill a person. Like, stop acting like all it takes is a knife. There were way more than 1 type of weapon there that could cause harm. Many things could have caused harm that day. Okay? Like, we got to stop. People got to stop. Okay? It's just not fair. This is not fair. How can it be 2 against 1? This is not fair. At 225 per person, what would you have done? People are just so disingenuous sometimes.
Because then you're just going off against skill versus skill. Exactly. You're not fighting someone who is an entire foot taller than you or is like 50 pounds heavier than you. It's completely fair if you've got 2 people roughly around the same height and, most importantly, the same weight on the day before the fight.
Okay. He said, most importantly, the same weight on the day before the fight, which means the night before. So that's April 1st, right? On April 1st, how much did Austin weigh? Okay. He said the day before the fight. That's why they train. That's why they weighed the boxers too. You got to make weight the day before the fight. If this happened April 2nd, it means that on April 1st, Austin was still 225. Hunter was 225. You don't even know. You don't even know what happened. You sound so crazy. You don't even know what happened. You weren't even there. Just trying to say all kinds of and nobody's falling for this. Nobody's falling for any of this, right? Because you're butthurt. You are butthurt because I'm making too much sense. I am making too much sense. Where's this video that I saw that one time? Hold on, wait a minute. Right? Making too much sense. Right? Making too much sense.
Like in the crucifix.
Exactly. If he had you in a crucifix, I would love to see you in a crucifix, right? I would love to see Austin with his knowledge of jiu-jitsu hold you in a crucifix. Like, oh, I wouldn't have done this. I'm gonna sit here and let somebody press me like a pretzel, right? I would love for you. Hunter is still alive, you know. Go find Hunter. Hunter is still alive. If you want some goofy ass BDSM, Hunter is still alive. Go have Hunter press you into a pretzel. Go out there and say, hey, Hunter, please put me into a crucifix, right? I would love for you to look like this. And they go, oh, I wouldn't have done anything. I would just sit there and let somebody that knows jiu-jitsu do some weird shit to me, right? Yeah, right. Goofy stuff. You would know you'd be the first one to use a gun. You wouldn't even use a knife because knife, you at least have to get close. You'd be the type to even use a gun. You'd be so damn scared. Okay? For a knife, you at least got to get close to a person. You would use a gun. We know you bring a gun. So be quiet. You've never been restrained by somebody who knows jiu-jitsu. Exactly. Okay? You have never been threatened by somebody who knows jiu-jitsu. Imagine if
The punch choke is a super underutilized choke in jiu-jitsu. So all it is you put your fist in their neck.
Okay.
This.
Yeah. So if he had you like this in between his thick ass legs, you know, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna let him do the punch stroke on my throat. You gonna let somebody punch you in the throat? You gonna let somebody punch you in the throat? Okay, just a sad story. A guy got into a fight with his older brother after they left the bar. He punched him one time. He fell and hit his head on a break sitting area walking through the bar. It's so true. Bro went home not worried. His brother died. He woke up the next day with the police at his door putting him in handcuffs. They weren't even trained fighters. Okay. So no, Austin is on trial because Austin started all of this. Austin started all of this. So stop doing this. Everybody sees this. It's unfortunate, but Austin started all of this. You cannot come with your big brother with your twin brother. Y'all know y'all weigh 225. Anybody would have been scared. Even you. You're talking a big game, right? But if Austin had walked up to you, you'd be scared your damn self. He's not a small person. And that's why he should be cognizant of that. He should have been cognizant, like, yo, my size, I'm kind of big. That's true, bro. His mama know he big. Everybody know he big. These are both big boys. The mama said, yeah, they're both big boys. So when you know that you're that big, you're a linebacker, and you know jiu-jitsu, you of all people, you got to be chill. Be chill. Be calm. Because no matter what, you know you can handle this. No, he couldn't be. So that's it. Also, just because he's not here anymore does not mean he was not in the wrong. And that's what y'all want. Oh, because he's white and he's not here, let's act like he was not in the wrong. No, because somebody else's life is on the line. No, ma'am. No. I'm not doing this. Not doing this. Even you, if Austin had a costume, you probably start peeing your pants. Austin's not a small person. If Austin and Hunter came behind you, yeah, right. You start looking for a gun. You wouldn't even try to use a knife. You probably try to find a gun so you can hurt them. You are lying. How can you say yeah, no interaction? Oh my Lord. Here it is. Here is Hunter. Oh my gosh. That's why I say y'all gotta stop listening to silly people. Stop listening to silly people. Here is Hunter telling you what happened. Here is Hunter.
If you don't mind, what happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move.
We. He not saying we. When you say we, isn't we a proper pronoun? When you say we, doesn't that mean like me and other people? He said we. What'd you say? Hunter had no interaction with Melo. He's telling you we. We asked him to move. What are you even talking about? Y'all just running off these stupid narrative. Hunter is here. He's talking. He said, we asked them to move. Exactly. What are we even? You're just writing foolishness. Just like, stop doing this. Stop it. Because you're making this about race. We're making this about size and technique. Stop making it about race. Hunter is here. Hunter is talking. He said we asked him to move. So how can you say, oh, he and Hunter had no interaction? How did he not have interaction? He was there the whole time. Like he's right here. He's right here on video. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Like you're crazy. Well, I would, yeah, of course you would. I will pay money to slide that evil. Exactly. You see, physical violence. And now imagine if that's the same mindset Austin had. And the thing is, you white people who want to help Austin, you're doing it the wrong way. By being racist, disrespectful, making threats of physical violence, you're not making Austin look good. You're really not. Because now people are going to see Austin through y'all. This is crazy. No, like people are going to see Austin through you. Let's imagine that you're speaking for Austin. You think that's the right way to go about this? Just because you don't want to accept the fact that Austin started this. You said Hunter didn't have interaction. We are showing you he had interaction. Instead of saying, oh, my apologies, I didn't see this. Humble yourself. Just say, okay, my apologies, I didn't see this. That's it. Stop doing too much. Hunter had no interaction. He is telling you we did this. We did this. Like we, it means I and other people. Because you, once again, listen to these goofy people who just want your money, just want your AdSense. Like, you got to stop doing this. You probably didn't know that he had an interaction. Now, I showed you a video where he said, we asked him to move. So what you have to do is say, okay, my apologies. I didn't see it. No, I want to slap the evil out of you. Are you okay? Are you okay? Instead of just saying, okay, Marlene, thank you for showing me. I didn't see it. Oh, no, I want to slap the evil. What the what? What evil? There's no evil in me. There's no evil in me. You are crazy. This is about size. Is it fair for two people who weigh 225, who know jiu-jitsu and are linebackers, to go after one person who is 160 by themselves? They have no reason to feel threatened by nothing. He is sitting under their tent, which means the whole school is sitting there. It's not even Austin. It's not just Hunter and Austin. They have more classmates sitting there. So they have no reason to be afraid. It is more of them than one Carmelo. So why are you afraid for? Why do all? They were not afraid to just do too much. Okay? Oh, yeah. No, you got fooled. And that's why you're wasting your money, giving your money to Jeffrey Metcalf. I cannot wait for Megan to sue this man, take her money. Exactly. Size matters. Who got fooled? He's the one that has 2 GoFundMes. Like, stop being a racist. Truly stop being a racist. You see, Mano, she's also white, and she sees right through it. So it's like, stop being a racist. This is a size issue. It is a size issue. It is a 2 versus 1 issue, and it's a technique issue, right? Better hope that I don't even know what you're talking about, Chad. But listen, you're gonna go to timeout for a little bit because you need to cool off. You need to cool off. You know what I'm saying? It's heartbreaking to lose a child. It really is. I can't imagine. But there are risks when you touch the wrong person. Even if you tap a stranger on the shoulder, you don't know how they respond. That's true. There's even a football player, a black football player. His name is Will Smith. It's so crazy, right? He got gunned down because he made a threat to the man. I don't know what he said to the man. The man got scared, so he shot his ass. Okay. And so he was sent somewhere, John. I sent him somewhere. He needs to cool off. And he said, and that's why I'm being so for real. When you're also white, you have to read the same way black people have grifters. They're also white grifters. They're black conservative grifters. That's why you got to calm down. And you have to make sure that you watch as much content as possible so that you have the right understanding. There's a lot, because I'm come to realize this. Everybody wants to make money. Huh? I don't know who that is, but I sent him the timeout. Can you see me? Or am I here? Right? There's so many people right now who just want to make money because it's like they always jump on these stories to try, oh, how can I get more AdSense? How can I get more views? How can I get more watch time hours? Like, you cannot do stuff like this. You really have to calm down and wait for people, wait to see as much content as possible. And that's why you also have to wait. You also have to wait for police reports. You have to wait for them to go to court. You have to wait for discovery. You got to calm down because there are a lot of people who they create content just to cause division. They just want to cause division. They don't care. They really do not care. And you cannot allow yourself to be drawn into this foolishness because it will cause you harm. Because when everything now starts to be revealed to you, you're gonna be butthurt because you were sold a lie. That's what I'm saying. Like what Brandon is doing, what Officer Tatum is doing, is completely wrong. It's completely wrong. It is so wrong. Give people accurate information. But he just lies and he lies and he lies and he lies. And people are like, yeah, that's true. That's what happened. That is not what happened. He's just looking for views. He's looking to extend his watch time hours because that's how he makes money. So he can make money. So like we get YouTube, you get paid on the 21st, right? So in order to make money on what? May 21st, he's doing all of this just so he can make his mortgage payment. Meanwhile, this is real life. And people are really being affected by this. But they don't care. They really don't care. Are y'all, everybody's here? Y'all see me? So, are you guys seeing me? You're good? I sent him the timeout. He needs a little break. I don't want to block people. I really don't want to. But people gonna have to calm down. You're not the arbiter of the truth, though. Yeah, you're not the arbiter of truth. We were not there. We were not there. You gotta calm down. Even you were not there. Just because you want Carmelo to be the biggest piece of whatever in the world doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. Just because you allow people to get into your ear and put foolishness in your ear and weaponize your heart and weaponize your hatred for Black people, well, that's what you get. You got to calm down. We were not there. But it's like we gotta listen to what is being said. But Hunter himself, he has spoken, and he said we. So he was involved. So how can you say they had no interaction when he said we told them to move? We. He's not speaking French, Like, what the heck? Because
he could walk away. Just like
he can also be chased. The same way he could walk away is the same way he could also been chased. People chase people for fun, It's a thing.
When he stabbed the person, he ran away. So it doesn't appear that he's afraid for his life because he's sitting there taunting and suggesting a physical engagement with somebody, right? It's like, come on, touch me, see what happens.
So he was just sitting there saying, touch me, see what happens. Nothing happened before that. Oh gosh, Brandon, you're so despicable.
He's inviting conflict. And he knows this is why they charged him with first-degree murder. Because he knows he has a knife and he knows that he's going to stab him with a knife as soon as they touch him. Not hit him.
So as soon as you're lying. When you read the police report, when you read the police report, he said to touch me, see what happened. Punch me, see what happened. If his intention was to just grab the knife and stab him, who would have stabbed him from the jump? Why give him all these warnings if all you want is to stab him? Like, you're saying all kinds of foolishness. Here is Hunter again.
If you don't mind, what happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at...
Did he say he was brandishing a weapon? Did you hear him say he was brandishing a knife? Nobody even knows there was a knife. He was just sitting there. Was he brandishing a weapon? No. That's why nobody knows there's a knife. So I'm like, what are you even talking about? Oh, my Lord. Oh, my gosh. This is just crazy.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, you need to move. He's like, make me move. Austin grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my mouth.
Okay, so you saw everything but the stab. Okay, I think he's omitting stuff. But I'm like, so why did he stab him right? And also, it doesn't seem like Austin is the first person to talk to him. Because he said Austin stepped in. So other people had talked to him first. So why did he stab those people? Austin is not the first person to talk to him. But I do believe because he thinks he's a tough guy, I'm going to take care of this, right? But he's not the first person to talk to him. They started it. Hunter, that's why somebody said Hunter probably knows, like, he feels guilty because he knows he got something to do with this, right? But Austin is not the first person to walk up to Carmelo. No. He said, my brother stepped in, which means he's not the first one. Hunter's right here. That's why I told you in my other live, if they don't want to tell the truth, this lady Megan, Hunter is going to get charged with Austin's death. Keep playing these stupid games. Don't come outside and start telling the truth, though. Don't come outside and start telling the truth so we can stop this real quickly. Let's keep playing these stupid games. Because if you started all this, Hunter, and this led to your brother stepping in because he's trying to look out for you and they went left and now your brother's gone, you're responsible for this. Because had y'all never started this, then Austin wouldn't have gotten involved. Because he stepped in because you crazy people, you fools. So maybe he was also minding his business. But then y'all got him involved in this foolishness. Y'all got involved in this foolishness. Yeah. You see, because listen to what he's saying. Austin is not. So you see. Let's also be so fair. Let's also be fair to Austin. Austin didn't even have an issue with Carmelo sitting there. It was him and whoever else. Because when he says we, it's him and other people. It's him and other people. It's not Austin because he said Austin stepped in. So that means when it starts, Austin is not even involved. So he got his brother involved. Let him say it again. Oh, my Lord. This is crazy.
If you don't mind, what happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack.
Is he?
Started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said,
Okay. So he said, my brother stepped in. So what does that mean? Austin was not even involved. That's what I told you in my other live, that if Hunter does not tell the truth, and if Megan continues to encourage Hunter to lie, he will be charged with his brother's demise. Did I tell you this? I said, if Hunter does not tell the truth, and if Megan continues to encourage Hunter to lie, he is going to get charged with what happened to his brother. You hear this, right? We asked him to move. My brother stepped in and said, you need to move, which means Austin himself did not even care that Carmelo was sitting there. He had an issue with Carmelo sitting there. Him and somebody else or other people, whoever makes the we. I don't know. But the initial we is not him and Austin. It's him and other people. So then Austin steps in because he saw Hunter. And instead of saying to your brother, calm, that's why he said, oh, I don't want to talk about the rest. I don't want to talk about the rest. Right? Exactly. He knows. And I tell you, like you see it with, I'll probably do another live. But you see, every time Hunter lies, his eyes go other places. Every time he's not telling the truth, like his eyes go other places. He got his brother involved in this foolishness. So Austin didn't even, don't sit here. No, it's when they start doing all this foolishness. Austin stepped in because Hunter started some mess he couldn't finish. He said this kid was sitting there. He didn't have the decency to find out who he was. Yeah. Started all this with this foolishness at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now your brother has to step in. And this is crazy. You see? So maybe Austin didn't even care that Carmelo was sitting there. He took issue with that. Made a big deal about it. It's probably getting loud. So Austin's like, what's going on? What the heck? What's happening? Okay, you got to move, whatever. Right? Because they got him lit. Starting stuff you can't finish. But then you get your twin to get involved in some foolishness that truth doesn't matter. And instead of telling the truth, you're out here like confusing people. This is not okay. This is not okay.
Assault him, not jump him, not pull a knife on him or pull a gun on him. If they simply touch him, he's going to use deadly force against somebody to kill them.
But you cannot say to somebody how to respond because you were not touched. You can't say, oh, all they did was just touch you like this. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he was touched differently. You don't know how he was touched. He's trying to make it seem like Austin was like Tinkerbell, like bloop. I'm like, you don't know how he was touched. Maybe he was touched like Tinkerbell. I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay. Maybe he was touched like Tinkerbell. Or maybe he was touched like this. I don't know how he was touched. He's a linebacker. He could have touched him like Tinkerbell, or he could have touched him like this. I don't know how he touched him. But ultimately, he did not touch you, Brandon. You were not the one that was touched. So you don't know. You're sitting here just assuming stuff. You're just opining like, you don't know he didn't touch you. So he could have touched him like Tinkerbell, like, bloop, you got to go. Or he could have been like, boom, just like in this picture. Okay, Austin could have said, hi, I'm Austin. What's your name? we have a policy that only our school can sit here. Exactly. There's a polite way to do things. There's a polite way. No, you can't be polite. And that's what Maya Angelou said, like the sweet language. So you don't know how he was touched. You really don't know how he was touched. Are you okay? Like, this is crazy.
Now, whether you intend to kill a person or not is irrelevant because you're utilizing deadly force.
You're full of it. If intent did not matter, we would not have different classification of murder. If intent does not matter when it comes to people dying, everybody dying will just get, everybody who's accused of murder will be charged with first-degree murder. Okay? If intent does not matter, then everybody will get charged with first-degree murder. You're saying all kinds of foolishness, Brandon. It's like you pick and choose when you want to be in a police officer's head. You're like, stop being silly. Of course, intent matters. That's why you have manslaughter 1, you got manslaughter 2, you got manslaughter 3, because intent matters. When it comes to first-degree murder, it has to be premeditated. So intent matters. Intent matters. What are we even talking about? Oh, it's irrelevant. No, it's not irrelevant. Intent matters. People can use deadly force. A lot of police officers use deadly force. They don't always mean to kill, but people do get killed. Are they charged with first-degree murder? It depends. If it's gross negligence, yes. Like the white boy who went to the black lady's house and then because she had the bowl of water, he just shot her in the head. That's gross negligence. He could have shot her in the arm. Right? So it depends. It's not always like, it depends. Intent matters. And also, just because you use quote unquote deadly force does not mean you mean to kill, but you mean to disarm or maybe paralyze, right? But if that's the case, then why do people want to pardon Derek Chauvin? Why do people want to pardon so many cops who killed people? Intent matters. That's why we have different degrees of murder. We have manslaughter 1, manslaughter 2, manslaughter 3. First degree murder means something very specific. It has to be premeditated. And how can it be premeditated when nobody knew each other's names? That makes any sense. Like you're just grifting. It's so pathetic. Maybe you should downsize your house. Like if your house is that expensive that this is what you have to do to make your mortgage payment, just downsize. You didn't have this big house before. You can go back to live in a smaller house. Just downsize so you can keep your integrity. This is crazy. Yeah, that's what Maya Angelou said. Like, it's the sweet language. Like, there is a way. You know? Like, there's a way to talk to people. You can, even Donald Trump, he needs to learn that. There is a way. You have a trade deficit. You want other countries to buy more from you. Talk to them nicely, not insult them, raise tariffs to 200%, insult the people. How's that going to make anybody want to buy from you? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. There is a way to talk to people. J.D. Vance out here calling people peasants when he calls himself a hillbilly with a mother on crack. What the heck? There is a way of talking to people. If you want something from people, you got to know how to talk to people. A sweet word appeases the soul. There's a way to talk to people. You attract more bees with honey than vinegar. There is a way of talking to people. Like, what the heck? What the heck? This is crazy.
Against another person. So when you say, touch me and see what happens, that's where they develop premeditation. Meaning,
oh, you are so silly. Who's ever argued this case? Like, who's ever argued this case that the moment somebody says, touch me, sees what happened, it means that that's where you premeditated? You sound so damn silly. You sound silly. Like, please show me a case. Show me legal, show me a legal case where somebody argued that the moment you say, touch me, sees what happened, is first degree murder. Like, if that's the case, you know how many people we get locked up for first degree murder? Even a police officer. If a police officer said, put your hand up, and you don't want to put your hand up, and then they shoot you. So does that mean that they meant to kill? Like, it should be first degree murder? You sound so crazy. I would love to see legal precedents where somebody argued that the moment you give off a warning, it automatically implies premeditation, automatically means first degree murder. You sound insane. You truly sound insane. I'm like, all of this to make your mortgage payment. Downsize your house, fam. Downsize your house. Show us legal precedents. Show us any case law. Show me case law in America where anybody was convicted of first degree murder. Because when they gave out a warning, the warning was considered premeditation. You are insane. Okay? You are truly insane. You can think whatever you want to think. Some of y'all, you're not even a lawyer. You're just saying things like that. You're just saying all kinds of foolishness. You say all kinds of foolishness. You don't even know what self-defense is. Do you even know what self-defense is? Do you even know what it is? Do you even know the definition? Like, y'all just saying all kinds of foolishness. Like you're just saying all kinds of foolishness. Like, this is crazy. Okay, so here's the definition of self-defense. So you're saying it's not self-defense. No problem. Hey, Mozart, nice to see you here. Self-defense. Oh, Lord, this is crazy. Self-defense is the use of reasonable force to protect oneself from an imminent threat of harm. It's a legal principle that allows individuals to respond to threats, but only if they're not the initial aggressor. We already know. And actually, I think the initial aggressor is Hunter. And the threat is imminent and immediate. The force used in self-defense must be proportional to the threat and should be limited to what is necessary to prevent harm. Okay, cool. And we've already said this. Oh, Lord Jesus. We've already explained this. Austin Hunter, 225, skilled at jiu-jitsu, calls somebody who weighs 160 pounds. Where is the picture, child? Where is the picture? Where's the picture, y'all? I'm so damn tired. I'm a bit exhausted. I just keep repeating the stuff over and over again. Where is my stuff? View your channel. Post. Oh, Lord, my throat hurts. I didn't get paid for this, okay? Are we here? Here we are. Okay. Here is Carmelo. Here is Carmelo, okay? This is Carmelo. Take a moment and look at him. Take a moment and look at him. 6 feet, 160 pounds. There you go. All right. Here is Austin. Take a moment and look at him. Austin and Hunter, these number 11. Okay. You don't even, oh, yeah, it was a touch. You're right. It was a touch. No problem. No problem. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's start over since it was a touch. Let Hunter tell you what happened. Okay, it was a touch. No problem. I'm not arguing with you anymore. I'm just going to play the receipts. I'm not going to argue with you anymore. Let's go.
This kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." He's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his back.
Okay. Austin grabbed his backpack. He grabbed. So how can a touch turn into a grab? This is Hunter. He was there. He is telling you his brother grabbed the backpack. Okay. And also, he could have grabbed the backpack in this fashion. Anything is possible because he's a linebacker, right? He could also grab the backpack in this manner. So please explain to us, how exactly do you know it was a touch? Like, what the freak? Like, seriously, what the freak sometimes? Okay. The brother told you, my brother grabbed him. Like, y'all were not even there. Okay. It was a touch. Y'all were not even there. The person who was actually there did an interview. He said, my brother grabbed him. You come on here and you say, oh, it was a touch. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. Oh Jesus. Let me finish this video. Can y'all just stop lying, please? Can y'all truly stop lying? Can you stop lying? Can you stop spreading misinformation? The person, he was there. You were not. He helped his brother. You did not. You were not there. If somebody even asked you to give the address of the Kikuyan, whatever it's called, stadium, you couldn't even do that. You weren't even there. If somebody says to you, what time do you think all this happened? You couldn't even tell the people because you didn't read the police report. The man who was actually, the boy who was actually there is telling you, my brother grabbed him. He's on interview, explain that to people. My brother grabbed him. And you come up here and you say, oh no, it was a touch. It was a touch. A touch what? A touch of what? Make it make sense. Like, this is crazy. You even have the father here. Okay? You have the father over here.
Been athletes all their lives, from soccer to baseball to jiu-jitsu.
Okay, you get that? Let me say it again.
Outstanding. Him and his brother both have been athletes all their lives, from soccer to baseball to jiu-jitsu.
Do you hear this? The fathers even tell you his son knows jiu-jitsu. Both the sons, the twins, know jiu-jitsu. He's not done. He's not done. Let him say it again. Let him say it again.
Him and his brother both have been athletes all their lives, from soccer to baseball to jiu-jitsu to football. They did it all, and they excelled every time. And I
They excelled every time. So they excel at jiu-jitsu. Let him keep talking.
told them, you guys are so lucky because not everyone has your talent, but you have to make sure you take that talent and harness it in the right way.
Okay, cool. Now, where's the mother? Okay, where is she? They said 9:40, right? Like 9:40 here. Okay, here is the mom. Let her talk.
Yeah, I'm really trying not to cry, but it's
It's your baby.
yeah. He was my big baby. He was 225 pounds.
Okay, the mama's telling you Austin is 225. Let her keep talking.
Both of them big boys, and
Okay, both of them are big boys. Let her say it again. Oh, Jesus Christ.
it's
It's your baby.
yeah. He was my big baby. He was 225 pounds.
Okay, 225 pounds. He knows jiu-jitsu. His father told y'all he excelled at jiu-jitsu. Let him say it again. Let him say it again.
They did it all, and they excelled every time. Ball to jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu. Let him say it again.
One of the most outstanding, him and his brother both have been athletes all their lives, from soccer to baseball to jiu-jitsu to football. They did it all, and they excelled every time. And I told them,
And he said they excelled every time, right? That's the dad, right? Okay, cool. Now let's play. Let me show you some videos of what? Of jiu-jitsu. Let's watch some jiu-jitsu move. Let's do it.
The punch choke is a super underutilized choke in jiu-jitsu. So all it is you put your fist in their neck like this, and especially it's good when they're driving into you, driving their weight into you, because they're driving their weight and their neck into your fist. So it makes it even more powerful. The punch choke is a super underutilized choke in jiu-jitsu. So all it is.
This is crazy. Let's do more videos.
One attack I really like from the crucifix is going for the arm bar. And the way I set this up a lot is I have their arm trapped with my hook, and then they manage to get past my bottom hook like this. And all I'm going to do is switch my legs to here. So I have them in the crucifix, and I just press my hips in and get the arm bar like that. One attack I really like from the crucifix is going for the arm bar. And the way I set this up a lot is I have their arm trapped with my hook, and then they manage to get past my bottom hook like this. And all I'm going to do is switch my legs to here. So I have them in the crucifix.
So Carmelo should have allowed Austin or Hunter to put him in the crucifix. That's what y'all wanted. A man, a young man, a 17-year-old who can even scoop you up like this. Okay? A 17-year-old, number 11, a 17-year-old who weighs 225. The father told you he did jiu-jitsu. The father told you he excelled at jiu-jitsu. So Carmelo should have just sat there and allowed Austin to throw his ass into a crucifix. Because you would allow somebody to do that to you. You would allow, oh no, just let him twist you into a pretzel. Let him twist you up like Jesus Christ. Even Jesus Christ did not even survive the crucifix. Even Jesus did not survive the crucifix. He was nailed at the cross and he died on that damn cross. What Jesus couldn't do, how Carmelo gonna do it? Jesus is born of a virgin and immaculate conception. Jesus walked on water. Jesus fed the poor. He healed the blind. He multiplied bread. He multiplied fish. Even Jesus Christ, y'all. Even Jesus, he could not survive. Y'all, they didn't have number white Jesus, but whatever, right? Even Jesus could not survive the crucifix. But somehow, Carmelo, who is born of a woman and a man, Carmelo, who is 160, he should do what Jesus Christ of Nazareth couldn't do. Jesus resurrected Lazarus from the dead. Jesus healed a woman who was bleeding for 12 years straight. Jesus rose the daughter of Darius. Jesus said a prayer for the guard of the centurion Roman. Jesus helped the woman that was at the well. Jesus cured, Bartimaeus. Jesus cured all these people from blindness. Jesus helped the man in the pool at Bethany. But he himself, he died in the crucifix. Jesus himself died like this on the crucifix. What Jesus could not do, after all the miracles he has done, Carmelo, a mere mortal, should have done. He had to just sit there and let somebody who's 225, a linebacker, excels at the jiu-jitsu, grab his ass and twist him into a crucifix. If it's not that y'all just want to see black people be tortured and murdered and have their bodies just mutilated, this is not possible. You would allow another man to throw you into a crucifix. You would let another man do this to you. Like, this is insanity. Because I don't want to hurt him, you know. It's okay if he hurts me. It's okay if he chokes me. Look at her arms. Look at this girl's arm. Look at her arms. Look at her neck. He has, like, she's neutralized. Like, she could die. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't fight back. Let Austin, the white boy, because white lives matter. White lives are so precious. Let Austin throw your ass into a crucifix. Because you would let another man put your behind in a crucifix. Y'all don't even make no damn sense. Okay? Force in Texas, a person has no duty to retreat before using force in self-defense. Carmelo had the right to protect. He definitely had the right to protect himself. Even they would have protected themselves. Okay, so yes, he used a pocket knife or something like that. Okay, it's reasonable force. This is crazy. Like I said, he also could have slipped. Oh no, he can't do self-defense. He can't use self-defense. Yeah. Instead of actually watching and learning, watch, learn, read. The family is telling on themselves. They told you their weight. They told you what sports they played. They told you they excel at the sports. Like, the family is telling you everything you need to know. But no, Carmelo has to be the devil. Carmelo has to be the black demon who went there with a butcher knife or a cleaver seeking white people to kill that day. It just makes so much sense, brother, you know? Black people hate white people. They just want to kill us at the track meet with a cleaver. Are you okay? Are you seriously okay? Because, like, you would allow, even as a grown adult, you would let anybody put your ass in a crucifix as if you can come out. And you think once they have you in a crucifix, they're going to let you go? You think once they have you in a crucifix, they're going to let you go? If that person is really upset or they're on something else, they can keep going. It don't take much to choke a person. Oh, no. Just allow Austin to throw you into a freaking crucifix and just be like, oh, my gosh, Austin, please. Austin, please. Austin, please. Have mercy on me. No, Austin. Please, Austin. Let me breathe. I don't even know your name, but I don't know your name. But white man, let me breathe. Let me breathe. That's what y'all wanted to see? You want to see a white boy just choke the dog crap out of a black boy? You be bored. Like, this is just insanity. Oh, foolishness. Anyways, let me go back to Brandon so I can finish this video. He said all kinds of foolishness.
That he knew he had the knife. He concealed the knife, so they didn't know he had the knife. But he knew and premeditated, when they touch me, I'm going to stab them.
No. So what about the fact that Hunter and Austin concealed the fact that they knew jiu-jitsu? So we can do it both ways. Because you're saying, oh, Carmelo had the knife. He concealed it, but he knew he was going to use it. Okay. Do Hunter and Austin walk around saying, I'm an expert at jiu-jitsu on their forehead? Did they wear a shirt that said, oh, I do jiu-jitsu? Were they wearing their what's it called, their kimono, whatever it's called, to say, oh, yeah, I'm an expert at jiu-jitsu? So if you feel like, oh, Carmelo was concealing the weapon, he was concealing the knife, well, Austin and Hunter were concealing the fact they know jiu-jitsu and that they excel at jiu-jitsu. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. At that moment, they all have something that can kill somebody, okay? They all have something that can kill somebody. Do Austin and his brother walk around with the LED light? I know jiu-jitsu. I know jiu-jitsu. I know jiu-jitsu. Make it make sense. Like, you make no damn sense. Like, you're trying too hard to pay your rent. You're trying too hard to pay your mortgage share. If you have too many people on payroll, you need to fire them. Go back to your old ways. Like, do small. Like, you can have a small production. You don't have to compete with Charlie Kirk. You don't have his money. Stay in your lane. Like, you make no sense. You really make no sense, Chase. Brandon. What's his name? Brandon. Oh, yeah.
No matter what force is being used, I'm going to stab him. And then
no matter what. Yeah, it's called jiu-jitsu. It's called a crucifix.
They said they touched him, and he said, well, hit me, and I'm going to stab you.
So now he waited. So it's not, he didn't stab him right away. He's waiting. You make no damn sense. And you know damn well the fact that you're like, even in your head, you're like, oh, he probably didn't really mean to hurt him now because he was just trying to get him to stop touching him. Like, you are sick as hell.
Same scenario. He could walk away.
And they can get chased. You never heard the thrill of the chase? Oh, he can walk away. He's being bullied, so he should walk away. No, because they could also chase him. You think when people haven't made up in their mind to kill you, they're going to stop because you walked away? No, if they want to chase you, they will chase you. You make no damn sense.
But he didn't.
And also they didn't listen. They didn't stop. He requested to stop being touched. They didn't also. So where is your pressure for that? But I forget. The audience is white, so we got to keep him happy.
He knew that if they touched him or did anything, he wanted to stab and kill whoever
to stab and kill, but he only stabbed one person, and then he ran. He's also
was in his way. And that's exactly what he ended up doing. Now, the proportionality of force. First of all, self-defense can't be initiated. You can't initiate a conflict and then claim self-defense.
Okay, so now let's see again who initiated the conflict. Oh, this man is so damn stupid. I see why all these white folks like you. They love themselves a useful idiot. Let's start again. Oh.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, you need to move. He's like, make me move. Austin grabbed his backpack.
Okay, thank you. So let's go back to this useful idiot. Okay.
Second, the use of a deadly weapon has to be proportional.
Exactly. So now, given that Austin knows jiu-jitsu, child, these people are crazy. They are crazy. This is crazy.
One attack I really like from the crucifix is going for the arm bar. And the way I set this up a lot is I have their arm trapped with my hook, and then they manage to get past my bottom hook like this. Now all I'm going to do is switch my legs to here. So I have them in the crucifix, and I just press my hips in and get the arm bar like that. One attack I really like from the crucifix is going for
more. Because this man has moved. Let's watch this one.
If I could tell my white belt self one thing to improve their guard, what I would tell myself is to use my feet, make sure I have connection with my feet at all times. So that can look many different ways. It can look like this. It can look like this. It can be here. Wherever it is, I need to connect with my feet so I can control them. If I don't use my feet, say I'm here and I'm just like, she's got control of my feet. Now she can move my legs. I can't control her, and it's just no good. So if I use my feet, I can control her mobility and I can attack. So all these sweeps, submissions, they're based off of where you place your feet.
You hear how they call these moves? Sweeps and submission. So when you know jiu-jitsu, you can submit another person. Let him say it again. Sweeps and submission. So because he excels at jiu-jitsu, he could have had Austin into submission. He is 225. Austin is 225. Carmelo is 160. You want somebody who has like what is it, like 160? Yeah, 160. Yeah, a 65-pound difference. Somebody weighs 65 pounds more than you, and you should let that person put you in a jiu-jitsu submission pose. Are you normal? Are you actually okay? Just saying all kinds of foolishness, like just utter full submission. You're not about to put me in no damn submission move. You are crazy.
That if I just grab your t-shirt and say, man, move out the way, and
so you grab the t-shirt, you sound stupid. That is assault. And you know this. You're a police officer. You sound so damn stupid. So your job is to encourage white people to grab people by the t-shirt. White people, Latinos, blacks, Asians, Arabs. You want to encourage your white audience to go around grabbing people by the t-shirt. Are you sane? This man is such a useful idiot.
And that's exactly what he ended up doing. Now, the proportionality of force. First of all, self-defense can't be initiated. You can't initiate a conflict and then claim self-defense. Second, the use of a deadly weapon has to be proportional, meaning that if I just grab your t-shirt and say, man, move out the way, and you shoot me to death.
So you think that's how it goes? Somebody's going to grab your t-shirt and be like, oh, Marlene, just move out the way. If somebody gets to a point where they feel entitled to physically grab your clothes and to move you, it's not going to be calmly. It's not going to be in love, y'all. Okay? If somebody grabs your t-shirt to move you out the way, to grab your t-shirt to move you out the way, it's going to look like this. Okay? That's exactly how it's going to look. Nobody's going to physically grab you, be like, oh, Just move. Can you just move? Hey, Marlene, can you just move, please? Can you just move, please? That's not how it goes. You're saying all kinds of foolishness. Because you, Jason, I would love for you to sit somewhere and somebody, Brandon, I keep calling him Jason. I would love for you to sit somewhere and somebody comes in there and grabs you by the, you, Brandon. We even saw what happened. Oh, yes. I'm going to play a good video. Hold on. He's so full of it. Let me show you a video. Okay. Because they came and they stole his tent, right? He went to this, let me show you something that happened. He went to an event and the people took his tent. They took his tent, and you should have seen how he reacted. If I can find it. There you go, this one.
Did more, and I'm a pro cop guy. And I'm not blaming the individual cops. I'm blaming.
Okay, look at this.
And they hit this lady in the head. The one that's right here. We got a video of them coming and hitting her in the back of the head in front of the cops. And then you're gonna see me walk over to the cops and be like, "Why they just hit her in the head?"
So why didn't you do it yourself? Why did you go over to the cop? Why did you go over to the cop? Why didn't you do it yourself? Why didn't you do it yourself?
And y'all not gonna do anything? And then I had to step up because the women were there, and I didn't know if they were gonna come and try to beat the women up and do stuff to them. We'll see. He wrote a clip.
So the people came and attacked his tent, right? And look at him. Look at what he does. Look at what he does. So did he allow people just to see? He put his hands on people. Look at him. Right? So did he let people just grab him? Oh, you see him pushing him? He's such a hypocrite. Do you see him pushing people? Look at him with his big size, right? Pushing on people. Look at him. So why don't you say, oh, no, let me move? If they want to, he's such a liar. You see, are y'all still here? Are y'all here? Type in the chat. Type in the chat if you're still. Y'all need to wake up. You need to wake up. You got to expose these lying people. Are you in the chat? Are you in the chat right now? He had a tent. He went to a college campus. He had a tent. He had a tent with what's it called? Turning Point USA. Hello, people, wake up. Type in the chat. Type in the chat. I'm gonna stop the live. I'm not gonna keep going for ghosts, okay? Type in the chat if you're still here. Wake up. If I can be here at 11:30, so can you. Type in the chat. Okay, cool. All right. So he had a meeting. He had a meeting with Turning Point USA. They were at a college campus. They had permission to be there because you have to do all the paperwork. They had a tent. These people, I don't know, they just came out of nowhere and they attacked the tent. Do you see him moving out like, oh, if they want me to go, I'm just going to go. They don't want me here. I'm going to leave. No, he stood up for himself. He put his hands on people. He started pushing people. It's 4:30. Huh? Sorry, we're almost done. Because he's such a hypocrite. Why don't you are a guest there. These students, that is their school. So the students at the school did not want him and Turning Point USA to be there. So why does he do what he's saying Carmelo should have done? If they don't want you there and they're asking you to leave, pack up your tent and go. Instead, he starts fighting people. And he even put his hands on this woman. Watch the video. Hold on. He's such a hypocrite.
Do stuff to him. We'll see. He wrote a clip.
Look at this, right? So this woman is touching their stuff. Look. Look at him pushing people. Look at him. Look at him, right? Pushing into people. And the man is like, stop. You know, the man is trying to stop him. The man is trying to restrain him. You think he stops? No, he keeps going. He keeps going. You see, they took the tent. You see, and he's fighting. Why don't he say, oh, no, they don't want me here. It's not my college campus. Right? No. They took the tent.
This is the.
You see? Like he fought. He put his hands on people. But it's like, oh, no. And he's big. He could have injured people too. Right? But so when he puts his hands on people, or like when you're not, they don't want you at their school. They don't want you there. You don't go there. Hold on, you guys. He went to a hold on, my stuff died. Hold on, let me play it again. I got time for this man. Stop sharing. Hold on. He works with Turning Point USA. He works with Charlie Kirk. So they went to a school. I don't know what school that was. Oh, UC Davis. Okay, it was UC Davis. And the people, you see, look at his title. Antifa punks tried me at UC Davis. F-O-F-F-A-F-O. You see, F around and find out. Look at what he writes. Let me take a screenshot before he changes the title. He's such a hypocrite. Let me take a screenshot, right? He said, Antifa punks tried me at UC Davis. F-A-F-O. Okay. So when they got there, the people started like They don't want him there.
They hit this lady in the head. The one that's right here. We got a video of them coming and hitting her in the back of the head in front of the cops. And then you're going to see me walk over to the cops and be like, bro, they just hit her in the head. And y'all not going to do anything? And then I had to step up because the women were there and I didn't know if they were going to come and try to beat the women up and do stuff to them. We'll see. He wrote a clip.
Lucy, look at him getting physical. So what doesn't he say? Oh, you know, they don't want me here. Let me pack my tent. No, he starts pushing people. This man tries to stop him. No, you see, he pushed the person on the bike. You see, physical violence, being violent, right? Why don't you just say, oh, let me pack my tent. They don't want me here. Let me just go. And look how big he is. Look how small this person is. Look what he did. Okay. And they like, look. So for him, it's like if you touch him or you do whatever to him, he says F-A-F-O. So F around and find out. But somehow when it comes to Carmelo's not even like a third of his. This man is a big man, right? He's not, look at him. He's not small. Here he is. Look at him. Look at him. That's him. That's Brandon right there. He's not a small person. He's not a small person, right? So he doesn't like getting punked. Look how big he is. He doesn't like to get punked. Like how much does he weigh? Like 300 pounds? Carmelo's 160. And he's out here pushing people, right? He pushed the person on the bike. He pushed the person right there. Look. He's about to, you see? Look at that. You see how he pushed the person? That's a smaller person, huh? He pushed the person off the bike. The person's like trying to calm him down. No, he's not having any of it. Look at that. Look at all that aggression. Right? He could have gotten charged for assault. He could have gotten charged for assault. He was like, Antifa punks try me at the UC Davis FAFO. So I'm like, make it make sense. So you can put your hands on people. Yeah, because they took his tent. So I don't know, like, it's not even his tent, it's a turning point tent. So he goes around thinking like FAFO, and he puts his hands on people, the small people. He shoved the guy off the bicycle. He didn't even touch him. He just shoved the man off the bicycle. Let me play it again. Like he believes in violence, and he's out here, oh, well, you know, and shut up. You're so fake. Here he is. Look at him. And the man's trying to stop him. He's like, calm down. You think he's listening? No, because he's enraged. Look at this. Boom. And that the person on the bike, that small person there, they could have filed assault charges because that's assault. That is really assault. That's assault. The person didn't even touch the property. They're on their bike. They didn't even touch you. They didn't even touch your property. And you're just assaulting people. Why you touch the person on the bike? For what reason? You see? The person's coming in right there, right? Look. They haven't touched anything. They're not touching the tent. They're not touching brochures. They're not touching anything. And he just takes out his anger on the person with the bike that's not even touching anything. Look. See? Now he's upset. Look. Boom. And he said, Antifa punks, he calls them punks. Antifa punks tried me at UC Davis, FAFO. Exactly, but he's an officer. Exactly. But when he does it, it's okay. He's outnumbered. Exactly. So he felt outnumbered. But it's not okay for Carmelo, who's the only person from his school under the tent, to feel overwhelmed and outnumbered by all these other students from the same school. They all go to the same school. He's there by himself. Like, you make no sense. Like, you really make no sense.
That's disproportionality of use of force.
Blah, blah.
Because a person that used deadly force have to have evidence that a reasonable person would believe that person feared serious bodily injury.
Yes. Jiu-jitsu. Yes, it's called jiu-jitsu. Absolutely, it's called jiu-jitsu.
A black eye is not serious bodily injury.
Yeah, right. Until somebody loses their eye. You sound stupid. You're just an idiot. You are truly a useful idiot. A black eye is not a serious injury. Do you know that people have gone blind before? You can punch somebody hard and you can have them go blind. Okay? Are you actually serious? Losing an eye, hold on, from getting punched. Say all kinds of foolishness. Okay? Like, people have lost their eyes before. Okay, so he's saying that, look at this fool. He's saying that getting punched in the eye is not a serious injury. What is that? What is this? People love to say things when it hasn't happened to them, right? I'm even afraid to show this picture. Okay, people can go blind. You can make a person go blind. So and you think if you ask her, oh, do you think that, oh, that's not a serious injury, you know? That's not a serious injury, right? It's very easy to say, oh, a black eye. Yeah, he's very dumb. Then he's an officer saying, yeah, he probably beat up people that he was detaining. He probably beat them up in the back of the police car, probably ruffled up people. Maybe that's why he quit, to be a YouTuber. What do they want people to tolerate abuse? How can you say that, oh, a black eye is not serious? There are people who have gone blind. You can hit somebody so hard, they could start bleeding. Like the whole eye is gone. There are nerves in there. You make no damn sense. There are nerves, the sensitive nerves connecting the eyeball, the eye socket. You can like, is he crazy? You can have somebody go blind. It's not a joke. That's why you don't even try to hit people in their face. He sounds so damn stupid. All of this because he has to pander. Like, look at him. A black eye is not a serious bodily injury. Can you, are you an abuser? Jason, Brandon, do you hit your wife? Do you hit your wife?
Would believe that person feared serious bodily injury. A black eye is not serious bodily injury.
Wow. Like it's getting abusive. Does he hit his wife? Do you hit your wife? I am scared of you. I am scared of you. You are scary.
A busted lip is not serious bodily injury. They have
a busted lip is not, and some people don't have to get stitches. You've never heard of somebody busting the lip and they have to get stitches. You sound insane.
to fear serious bodily injury and or death, meaning that he believed that they were going to kill him, or he believed they were going to use a deadly weapon against him. So he overcame that force with deadly force. But when you say a person has touched you and you're going to use deadly force against them,
touch you. The brother even said they grabbed him. What are you talking about? Oh, Lord, let me finish.
Is disproportional. If you say hit me and the person never hit him, he was never punched. Yeah. He was never physically assaulted with a strike.
Yeah, he was not assaulted. Yeah, right. You were there. But the brother said they grabbed him. He said, oh, no, let me just pick him up like a nice pair of socks. You sound so damn stupid.
Like with any instrument or fist or anything. Mm-hmm. According to the police report, they shoved him, pushed him out of the tent.
And all of this is acceptable to him. This is crazy. All of this. Yeah, he said a black guy. I'm like, all of this is acceptable to him. Oh, they shoved him. They pushed him. They dragged him. To him, it's all acceptable. You want to envision a world where white people can push people, shove people, drag people, and that is perfectly normal. And you being a police officer, you don't say, okay, that's kind of battery, like pushing people, assault, like pushing people, shoving people, dragging people. I'm wondering, like, is he an abuser? Because the way he's talking, I hope he doesn't hit his wife. That's all I can say. I truly hope he doesn't hit his wife, because that's really frightening. A black eye is not a serious injury. A busted lip is not a serious injury. They shoved him. They pushed him. They dragged him out the tent. And all of that is not serious. Only an abuser can be comfortable talking like this. This is crazy.
That's not deadly force. Mm-hmm. Pushing somebody does not necessitate deadly force.
Okay, so now here is the location, y'all. Let me show y'all the location. He's so damn stupid. This man is so damn stupid. Let me show y'all the location. You tell me. You tell me what you think, right? Here is the location. In the words of wasn't it Khaled, right? Here is the location, y'all. Look at the venue. Here's the location. We are surrounded by, we are surrounded by metal bleachers. We are surrounded by steps made out of concrete. And he's saying, so in this environment, if you push, and it's raining, so it's raining, the bleachers are made out of metal. The steps are made out of concrete. Concrete steps, metal bleachers, and rain, and then whatever type of aggression. So he's saying, if somebody pushes you around metal bleachers and steps made out of concrete, oh, that's not a big deal. If somebody shoves you around bleachers made out of metal and steps made out of concrete, oh, that's not a big deal. Let me tell you something, right? Concrete stairs, concrete steps. Oh, that's not a big deal. Because it's normal for him to push people downstairs. It's normal for him to push people down concrete steps. This is just so normal for him. He sounds like an abuser. Okay? Let me show you this. How did Ivana Trump die? Okay? How did Ivana Trump die? On July 14, 2022, age 73, Ivana died of blunt impact injuries to the torso after falling downstairs. Ivana had stairs made out of wood, maybe. We're talking about concrete. If this lady died from blunt impact injuries to the torso after falling down the stairs, what do you think can happen to someone if they are at a stadium where the stairs are made out of concrete and they're being pushed? No, he's out of his mind. He really is out of his mind. If Ivana Trump died, blunt trauma to the torso because she fell down the stairs. She fell down the stairs and she died. This dude is crazy. She fell down the stairs and she died from the blunt impact. Like boom, boom. The lady is dead, gone. Okay? So now, if we're here, we're at a stadium. The bleachers are made out of metal. The steps are made out of concrete, and it's raining. And so he's saying what Brandon's saying, well, if people push you and they shove you around stairs, around metal bleachers, it's really not that bad, you know. It's not deadly. It's like, this is not deadly. You're making this up in your head. It's not that deadly. A black eye is not deadly, right? A busted lip is not deadly, right? Being pushed down concrete steps is not deadly. Being pushed around metal bleachers is not deadly. So what exactly is deadly to him? Now look at some bleachers. Oh, hold on. Here are some bleachers. What is he talking? Here are some bleachers. Yeah, she died because she fell down the stairs. You didn't know that? She died. That's why she's not here anymore. Because she had a master staircase. It's so beautiful. So here you have metal bleachers. Look at the sharp corners. Okay, hold on. Let me start over. Hold on. Here are the sharp corners, right? Look at these metal bleachers. Anybody gets pushed and they hit their head on this corner, on this corner, on this corner. Oh, no, this is not dangerous. It's okay to fight around metal bleachers with sharp edges in the rain. So this can't kill somebody. This right here cannot kill someone. This can't kill someone, right? So according to Brandon, metal bleachers with sharp corners, if you get pushed into them, oh, you're going to be just fine, right? If somebody gives you a black eye, you're going to be just fine. If somebody busts your lip, you're going to be just fine. If somebody pushes you down concrete steps, you're going to be just fine. Even though Ivana Trump died from falling down the stairs. Ivana died from falling down the stairs. But Brandon wants you to believe that if you're pushed down concrete steps, you're going to be just fine. You're not going to die. You can just tumble like Humpty Dumpty. You're going to land down here. Like, oh, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. I'm fine. And I say, I truly hope that Brandon is truly not an abuser, because the way he's talking is frightening. It's really, really frightening. This is really scary. The way he's talking, I hope he doesn't beat his wife.
Pushing somebody is a hard argument to say, I feared that I was going to receive serious bodily injury or even be killed because the person asked me to get out the 10, I refused. And
okay. And once again, it shows he hasn't even seen the venue. Just running his mouth. Yeah, she's like, you got to get on life support before using a weapon is necessary. He hasn't even seen the venue. If somebody had pushed Jason down concrete steps, oh, push me down, I'm fine. In the rain, he's going to be just fine, like, because he's Humpty Dumpty, right? Because he is out here, he's just like Humpty Dumpty, right? And he's going to be just fine, right? That's it. This is Jason. And this is how Jason wants you to be, just like Humpty Dumpty. Right? Just push me down and push me down. Just push me down concrete steps in the rain. I'm going to be just fine. Because a black eye is not serious. A busted lip is not serious. Blunt impact? Oh, never mind. I'll be just fine. I'm a big black dude. You sound crazy. You sound hella crazy. Okay, anybody gets pushed down these stairs because it started. The knife is here, is where the blue tarmac is. Anybody pushes you down these stairs and you get here to the bottom, you might not make it. You most likely won't make it, or you'll have some serious fractures. This is not a joke. Okay, somebody pushes you around metal bleachers and things like that, you might not make it. You might not make it. That's why I say it's very rich for people who were not there. Like, see, somebody pushes you around this, right? Somebody pushes you, God forbid your head falls and you hit any of these hard corners. It don't take much to kill a person. Oh, no, that's okay too, huh? Pretty much everything is okay. Like she said, you got to be on life support before you have the right to use a weapon to defend yourself. So you can be thrown against bleachers with harsh corners. You can be thrown down these concrete steps, pop, 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 until you land down here, right? Because you're Humpty Dumpty. You're going to be just fine, right? Because this is you, Carmelo. Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty. You're going to be just fine, right? This is Carmelo. We got to start calling him Humpty Dumpty Carmelo. Carmelo, Humpty Dumpty, Anthony. Like, what the freak? So nothing is a big deal to this guy. Be shoved, be pushed in the rain, near concrete, near metal sheets. Oh, you're fine. You're Carmelo, Humpty Dumpty, Anthony. You're going to be just fine. You're fine. It's like, is he an abuser? Does he need to go and join Diddy in a cell somewhere in New York City somewhere? Mayor Adams, come grab this man. You sound like an abuser. And you know, the day something comes out against you abusing your wife, I will have this video ready. I will have this video ready, boy. I will have it saved. The day something comes out about you, Brandon, being an abuser, I will have this video ready.
Then he pushed me and I thought he was gonna kill me. So I stabbed him in the heart. Premeditated. Yeah. This wasn't a scuffle where I can get my bag. I gotta get my knife. I'm losing the fight. That would be heat of passion. That could be.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Heat of passion, he would have stabbed them multiple times, not once. You're not a lawyer. You are a police officer. Like, stay in your lane. Like, stay in your tent. Stay in your academy tent. You're not a lawyer. You're just saying all kinds of foolishness.
Manslaughter. That could be second-degree murder. But
so now he knows the second degree is not first degree. You sound so damn stupid.
When you got the knife in there and you're ready for, you're instigating and encouraging a conflict to know you're going to use deadly force, is why I think that the young man got an uphill battle to climb. That's why I said he's going to do
easy. He has an easy road to walk. He's not climbing anything. He has an easy road to walk. You are rebuked. You're a serpent. You are a child of Medusa. Medusa is your mother. Okay? You are a serpent. You are a child of Medusa. Medusa is your mother. Okay? Medusa is your mother, Brandon. You are a child of the mother of serpents, okay? This is your mother. This is your mother. She lives in your head, huh? You got her DNA. You're full of lies. You're a serpent. He sounds so damn crazy. He sounds so crazy. Like this, he sounds crazy. Bunch of lies like this. You are a serpent. Medusa is your mother.
a plea deal. Because when you guys ever look at the court of law, there's a thing called jury instructions. And this will kill you if the jury instructions from the judge, for instance, he will have the jury evaluate deadly force.
Yep.
That the force has to be in combating of a deadly weapon or the fear of serious bodily injury or death.
And we have it. Let me tell you how we have it. The weight difference, 225 to 160, 2 versus 1. The metal bleachers, the concrete steps. And guess what? God is so good, it was raining that day. So it makes it even more dangerous. The fact that Austin and his brother knew jiu-jitsu. We'll show the judge, we'll even show the jury what it looks like to be put in a crucifix. Okay? Oh, yes. And maybe what I'll do is I have members of the jury come down so they can be put in a crucifix. So they can see how it feels to be put in a crucifix. Right? We have it all. We have it all, boo-boo. We have it all. Yes. We have the weight difference. We have the fact that it was 2 against 1. We have the fact that they knew jiu-jitsu. The fact that they're 225 and they're linebackers. We have the fact that it was raining. We have the fact that we are surrounded by a bunch of concrete steps. We have the fact that we're surrounded by a bunch of metal bleachers with harsh corners. Okay, and maybe we'll bring the jury there and just start, just pushing them since it's not a big deal. We'll just start pushing them in the rain and see how they feel, right? Well, maybe what we'll do, we'll also put the members of the jury in a crucifix. and said, what would you have done if somebody had put you in a crucifix? Right? We have it. We have it. Because even if it was you, not only would you have looked for a knife, you probably would have looked for a gun. Okay? They knew jiu-jitsu, you know. They knew jiu-jitsu. And because the father rambles so much, he just told us that.
From soccer to baseball to jiu-jitsu to football, they did it all. And they excelled every time. And that's
exactly. And they excelled every time. Okay? They can rupture whatever they wanted to rupture. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. America fought a civil war before it can fight a second one. So what the heck? Please. If that's what they want, that's what they want. It's going to make it easier for the Chinese.
Are examples of this.
Yeah.
Here's other case law that the prosecution can present of situations where a person is using deadly force justifiably. And the situations are incredibly extreme, which will not meet anywhere near where Carmelo Anthony is at. And therefore the jury have no reason, no way to give him any self-defense claim. So they're going to do a plea deal. I think
no, they're not. No, they're not. No, they are not.
They should do a plea deal. But the arrogance and all this support from the black community may cause them to want to take it to trial. Because all they need is one lawyer, one juror to go, I don't want to prosecute him because he's black. Hung jury.
And you think just because he's black, you're so mediocre. Look at him rubbing his face like this. He knows. Like, is Charlie Kirk in the corner threatening you? Why are you looking in the corner like this? What happened? Who's in the corner? Is Charlie Kirk in there threatening you? Are you being threatened, Jason? What's his name, Brandon? I can call him Jason. I'm just going to call him Jason. It looks like a Jason.
I think they should do a plea deal. But the arrogance and all this support from the black community may cause them to want to take it to trial. Because all they need is one lawyer, one juror to go, I don't want to prosecute him because he's black. Hung jury. They're not going to get a case. They'll drop the case, drop the charges. That may be what he's fighting for. But I honestly believe, I don't care if you're black, white, green, or orange, you take a deadly weapon to an event, because a deadly weapon, a gun, is no different than a knife. It's no different.
And knowing jiu-jitsu is no different than having a knife. Knowing jiu-jitsu is no different than having a knife. Pushing somebody in the rain against metal bleachers is no different than having a knife or a gun. Pushing somebody down a flight of concrete steps, because it happened here, right here. So you push Carmelo, and he ends up all the way down here where this end is, right? He would have been dead. In the rain, you push somebody down in the rain. And I forgot to even say this, right? Because what if also Carmelo was wearing his track cleats? Okay? Because that's part, people keep forgetting about this. But I will never forget about this, right? I repeat, Carmelo also could have also been wearing his track cleats. But you see, what's your name again? Brandon, Jason, whatever that is. I don't even care anymore, right? Jason, Brandon, whatever it is, right? There's a reason why you stop at the police academy. You don't have what it takes to be a lawyer. You definitely don't have what it takes to be a criminal lawyer. Stay in your goofy ass police academy, police officer tent. Leave criminal law to those who could actually do the law. Leave criminal law to those who actually have the IQ to pass the LSAT, go to law school, pass the bar, and become criminal lawyers. You are a police officer. Stay in that lane. Your job is to get a little bit of the details, and that's about it. You don't get paid the big dollars. You make like what, 60,000, 70,000? Do you know how much criminal defense attorney makes? Right? That's the reason why you became a YouTuber. Because you said you were a police officer. You were living paycheck to paycheck. You could barely put gas in your car. There you go. Because you're a police officer. You're like security that's hired by the state. Okay? You're smelling yourself a little bit too much, huh? Right? You never went to law school. I even doubt you would have made it to law school. Right? And even if you made it to law school, I doubt you would have made it past the first semester. You're not that bright, you know. You're not that smart. Right? Because let's even assume, and oh my gosh, I'm praying for this, that Carmelo had his cleats on. Imagine wearing your cleats and somebody wants to push you down a case of, look at these shoes, y'all. Okay? Look at this. These shoes barely have any soles. Like, it's like you're walking on heels. Like you barely have any soles. So imagine you're wearing your cleats and somebody, or two people actually, two brothers who weigh 225, right, want to throw you down a flight of concrete steps. My Lord, even I would have been scared. Have you ever worn concrete? No, with your big feet. You probably wear like orthopedic shoes. What do I know? Probably have high blood pressure and them swollen ankles. Okay. And you think doing the devil's work is going to make your health better with your swollen ankles and your orthopedic shoes, right? But imagine that he was wearing his cleats, y'all. Wearing his cleats. And he was being shoved to and fro between these goofy ass metal bleachers and these goofy ass concrete steps. Something really bad could have happened to him. So yes, we're taking it to court. And also because the whites want to be so deranged, it's not going to happen in Colon County. So we're going to have not just one member of the jury. We're going to have multiple members of the jury who say, you know what? If it was me, I would have done the same. Do not put your hands on people. And if somebody is sitting under the tent, like I said, it's not assigned seats. All the seats belong to the stadium. People can sit there. There's no reason to be violent. Austin Hunter had no legal authority to remove anybody any more than even a landlord has the authority to evict a tenant without properly going to court and starting the proper eviction process and waiting for the sheriff to send the eviction notice to the tenant. Okay, he is not law enforcement. Okay, he's another 17-year-old. They're all 17-year-old who thought they had the legal authority to like physically grab someone and evict the person. Where? How? We are a country of laws. We're not a banana republic. We are in a first world country full of laws. There is a process for everything. You are a 17-year-old. Don't put your hands on people. Keep your hands to yourself. Okay? Keep your hands to yourself. Foolishness.
Different than a knife or a gun. They're both deadly weapons according to the law.
So is jiu-jitsu. So is jiu-jitsu. So is a flight of concrete steps. And so are metal bleachers.
You're bringing a deadly weapon to an event.
You brought jiu-jitsu to an event. You brought your big deadly arms to an event. You brought your anger to an event. And also bring me your racism to an event.
To do what with it?
What with it? We're here to run track. Why don't we just run? Why don't we save all this aggression for the actual track meet? Why don't we save all this aggression for the track meet? Bring all this aggression, the jiu-jitsu, the linebacking experience, the anger, for what reason?
Defend yourself from who?
From two twins who weigh 225. From two angry twins at 9 o'clock in the morning who weigh 225 each, are linebackers and they know jiu-jitsu and they excelled at jiu-jitsu. That's who. That's too much.
Instigated the incident?
Yes, Hunter did. It was Hunter who did this. Hunter and somebody else.
You went under somebody's tent and refused to leave after a reasonable request.
Yeah, it's not reasonable. The bleachers do not belong to them. The bleachers are public property. The tent is probably theirs, but even that, they didn't pay for the tent. So the coach should have had to say something because the coach is an official representative of the school. They're just students. They didn't pay for the tent. It is not their tent. They come out their money. It is not their money. Right? It is property of their school. Nobody hired them to be bodyguards of a tent. They're either there to run or support their friends. Support your friends or either run. You're doing too damn much.
Who initiated a conflict by...
Oh, Hunter did. Hunter did. Hunter initiated the conflict. Let's start again. Jason, Brandon, whatever.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." He's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's for Officer Tatum in the back. Okay. So, yeah.
Encouraging somebody to touch you and see what happens.
Yeah.
They had no intent to
No, because they're aggressive.
touch him. They
have no intent to touch him, but they want him to leave in the rain. You sound like a damn idiot. Oh, they have no intent of touching him. They just want to embarrass them by telling him to move in the rain. Like, you sound stupid. You sound really, really stupid. Hold on. You sound really stupid. You sound hellish. Oh, they had no intent of touching you. They just want you to move in the rain. Like, you sound crazy. Okay? You sound hella crazy. You sound hella crazy. They sound seriously crazy. Right? You sound crazy. Let ABL say it one more time. Hold on.
Police Anthony immediately.
Where is it? Is it here?
Out there, I wanted to give my 2 cents on the story. Let's watch this right here. This is local news out there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Tonight, we have new information from the deadly stabbing at a high school track meet.
Since 5 o'clock, Frisco police released the arrest report that details the moment officers arrived at the scene. The arresting officer writes when he reported he had an alleged suspect. The officer said Carmelo Anthony said he did it. According to the arrest report, the tragic event began with the suspect sitting under another team's tent as rain fell.
As rain fell. Keep going.
And being told to move. A witness told police Anthony immediately opened his bag and reached in, telling the victim, "Touch me and see what happens." When the victim pushed him, witnesses say Anthony.
So a witness said he was pushed. So Austin said he was grabbed. A witness said he was pushed. Okay. So far he hasn't stabbed anybody. He's grabbed, he's pushed, he hasn't stabbed anyone. Okay.
Pulled a knife from the bag and stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest.
Let's pause right here. Now, the news, they're not telling the full story. This is pretty much what happened, but there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more that may add some context. Okay, let's go to People, and we're going to scroll down a little bit in the article. The affidavit also details just how quickly things escalated between Metcalf and Anthony. An eyewitness told police that Metcalf asked Anthony to move from out under the tent that had been set up for members of his high school track team on that field that day. Anthony then reached into his bag, according to the eyewitness, and told Metcalf, "Touch me and see what happens." The eyewitness said Metcalf touched Anthony, at which time Anthony allegedly told him to punch him and see what happens. According to the affidavit, Metcalf then went to physically move Anthony, which is when Anthony allegedly pulled a knife out of his bag, stabbed Metcalf in the chest, and fled from the tent. Now, this is what it says right here. Okay, I'll link to it. This is a real thing. Okay, like, I'm not making this up. The local news, I got sources. So look, let me just say this before we get back to the video. I'm sitting under a tent at a high school track meet because it's raining. There's no assigned seats at a high school track meet. If you come up to me and tell me to move, you're trying to bully me.
Exactly. You're trying to be a bully. These two boys were being bullies. So be quiet, Brandon. You're not
asking to move. He said, touch me. He said, hit me. So he can do what? So he can kill somebody for hitting him or touching him like he requested. All right. I think I said enough, but I'll tell you what. I think it's crazy that they're raising $400,000 for this kid when they won't raise $400,000 for a black kid that's a victim of a crime. But
why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? If you think there's all these black people who deserve to have these GoFundMes, you have a channel. He's such a hypocrite, right? He has a channel. He has 3.4. You have 3.4 million followers, right? So if you feel like there's any injustice or there's anything that deserves to be talked about, you have 3.4 million. You do the GoFundMe then. Oh, they want to raise money. Then you do it. You do it. You see? And look at all his most viewed videos. Look at this. The most viewed video is this one, 840. You see? He probably made like $10,000 off of this. There's money to be made doing this. Okay? That's his most viewed video. They don't care about his channel. They barely watch his content. So this one almost has like 850,000 views, right? Everything else, look who's watching, right? Even this one, so far, like just 60,000. They don't care about his video. They don't even care. Like, you do so much to cater to this crazy white base of yours. They don't even care about your videos. 3.4 million followers. This dude can barely get like 100,000, like what's it called? Like even like what's 10% is like 300,000 views, right? He can barely get 350,000 views per video, but he has 3.4 million. He barely gets 10% engagement on his channel. They don't even care for him. And he's doing so much harm. He is causing so much harm for foolishness. He did this one. Former Border Patrol officer exposes the truth about, what's it called? Black culture. It only has 125,000 views because no one cares. No one cares. No one cares. So my people, here's the video for you who catching the replay. I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay. Yeah. Carmelo, he's going to walk. It's self-defense. It's self-defense. So we're going to be good. And I hope in the future, moving forward, all these white conservatives who claim to be Christian, pro-American, pro-Constitution, pro-this, and that they learn to truly understand that the Constitution is colorblind. Okay? It really is colorblind. All right? So if you're catching the replay, thank you so much. Tomorrow, I'll maybe do the whole Allen Iverson thing, comparing Carmelo to Allen Iverson. So we can do that. Or maybe I'll talk about the whole first degree murder thing. I don't know. But I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for spending the night with me. It was a long day. Oh my gosh. Love y'all. Bisous. Gotta go. See you tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye.